Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom to the worldwide family. Peaceful Sabbath day, y'all, as we get about our Abba's business. Y'all, we ain't going to belabor it. We're going to get right to it. We're going to turn toward Holy Jerusalem, from whence our help cometh from.
All right, family. We're going to get this opening prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And it is in the name of His only begotten and beloved Son.
Yes, sir.
Our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer.
Yes, sir.
Yahushua HaMashiach. But we know Him as Jesus the Christ, family.
Yes, sir.
Long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms.
Read.
In the 82nd chapter,
Yes, sir.
it reads, Yah standeth in the congregation of the mighty.
Yes, sir.
He judgeth among the gods. How long will ye judge unjustly and accept the persons of the wicked? Selah.
Selah.
Defend the poor and fatherless. Do justice to the afflicted and needy. Deliver the poor and needy. Rid them out of the hand of the wicked. They know not, neither will they understand. They walk on in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are out of court.
Yes, sir.
I have said, ye are God, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men.
Yes, sir.
And fall like one of the princes. Arise, O Yahweh.
Yes.
Judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. Hallelujah! Say it!
Yes, sir. Powerful, bro. Once again, Shabbat Shalom to our worldwide family, to our family all around the U.S., the Caribbeans, all over the world, y'all, our homeland. Shabbat Shalom to you. Today's lesson, the Pharisees, rejoicers in iniquity. That's what it basically comes down to. But before we do, what did he say? Shalom, my G. Yes, sir. That's rejoicing in it. But before we get started, y'all know we have to send our shouts out and Barakia. We know him as our Chris down there in Houston, Texas, y'all. Want to keep praying for that. He got hung up in that hurricane that hit down there. Power is still out from what I heard. So y'all, it's a warm experience down there. And we don't understand these things a lot of time till they hit like that. You be looking for 1 or 2 days out, but once it start going up about a week, you know, it starts to get rough, especially if you're in a position where you can't manufacture or get hold of emergency equipment, generators for power.
When you lose your groceries.
Oh, boy, all that's gone.
Yeah.
Like good candy.
got some in-laws staying in Houston.
Uh-huh.
I got some man there too.
They talking about 2 or 3 weeks when they get.
Still a week out.
Yeah, they went to Vegas. They said they couldn't take it. They
Wow.
generated, but it won't do the air conditioning. They do everything but the air conditioning.
And look, they can't go out in Vegas. They got to stay on the inside because it's 120 degrees.
Right. They got air.
Yeah, but they got iron, absolutely. So also, y'all, to Abimelech, y'all, Yehuda up there in Harlem, you know, he was having trouble with his thyroid. That has since been, I should say, that issue have been resolved.
All praise.
Y'all, so, bruh, all praises to the Most High, bruh, has been relieved of that issue.
Hallelujah.
So, all praises, bruh, and that's Abimelech up there in Harlem, New York. Also, y'all, brother Uriah, sister Hananiah.
Yes.
Just want to send some prayers out for brother Uriah. Just was feeling a little bit under the weather, y'all. So he say he gonna do what's necessary to feel a little better. But want to send prayers up to that brother and sister. Also, Sister Batel's niece. If y'all remember, her niece Tanisha was in that bad car accident. It flipped over 5 or 6 times, and she actually got out and walked away. Well, just thinking maybe in a heat-related issue, but y'all, she gave up the ghost.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so praying for that family, Sister Batea.
May our Elohim have mercy.
Yes, sir.
Rest and joy your soul.
Yes.
Shouts out to our sister Stacy Young and her son, brother Ben, and her mom. Also our brother Rodney up in Minnesota. And also Dawiyah, our partner up in New York. He sent me a text the other day, and he just wanted to make sure we pray for this young sister. It's been out there, and it says the monster raped her, now she's dead. Just showing a little 2-year-old Hebrew, some crazy heathen raped her, and that bothered Dawiyah.
2-year-old?
Yeah, 2-year-old, he raped her and killed her. But that bothered Dawiyah's spirit, you know, just like it's certain when these things happen, y'all, we have to call on prayer because it makes you feel a bad way.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And one that does that to me is like the youngster up in Colorado that was walking home and he just was singing and he like, I'm just different. And man, they shot him with that ketamine and held him down. He like, but I ain't, you know,
Right.
honest student, man, them ones bother you.
Yeah, man.
You know, and that's just the innocence, but the Most High want us to understand that's why we got to pray to get out of this world.
Yes, sir.
Because this world don't care about the innocence.
No.
But the innocence is fair game.
You said in Deuteronomy. They
Yes,
show
sir.
no favor to the
To young or the old. Yes, sir.
Give up prayers also for Judah Matthias and
Yes, sir.
his household. His sister is under some serious ailments right now.
Yes, sir.
So,
Y'all is hitting all around, y'all, and that's why we got to strengthen ourselves up. As sin increases, the world gets weaker.
yes, sir.
So that's what we have to understand because it's really running on 2 quarts of oil now.
Exactly.
That's the essence.
Yes, sir.
It's starting to knock.
And just want to say shouts out to our family once again, to that sister Karen Keys. You know, G. Montgomery up there in King George, Virginia. Shouts out G. Montgomery. Benny Yahoo, our little sister Anna Elder, and shouts out to that 777 Yah King. Shouts out to y'all. And anybody that I miss, y'all, we just want to say one love to you. Once again, the lesson, the Pharisees, rejoicers in iniquity. And what we're going to go over today, so how you identify a Pharisee, because they ain't going to have it stamped on their shirt. It's like the Messiah said, you're going to know them by their fruits.
That's right.
The fruits that they bear.
Right.
And when you just bear violence and troublemaking and you're talking about the word of the Lord, that's impossible. That means there's been no rules established like that. And the Pharisees made their own rules, which are subject to change on the fly. Have nothing to do with the Bible. It has everything to do in rejoicing in iniquity. It's like all of the different factions of the world religions holding a cup at the same time. Ooh, ooh. How you gonna come together in a chant like that rejoice unless you're rejoicing in iniquity, because what you're saying is I'm holding up a cup to his wickedness that my book called wickedness.
Right.
But I got a cup up in there.
Right, right.
His book say this about mine, but we got a cup up in there.
Oh, that's crazy.
We come together in the drink.
We come together in a drink.
Right.
Shouts out to that shot, Todd Shepard too. Stay strong, bro.
One day, another person came here to visit. He just recently got locked back up.
Who was that? That was
Paris.
Paris, yeah.
Peters. He got locked up because he was in an accident with somebody that was their fault, but he didn't have insurance. So they locked him up, then they let him go, then they just called it back because he shouldn't have been on the road without.
Yeah, he ain't had no driver's license. Insurance just a ticket.
Right.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
like
he
we done
locked
told
back
you
up.
about stepping on that brake and gas pedal.
Well, he
And ain't got no
locked back
picture
up.
you saying it's legal to do so.
And then there's a young lady that I couldn't sleep last week. I couldn't sleep for some reason, so I got up, took the trash out. It was about 2 in the morning, and there was a young lady driving, and she turned down the alley as I was dumping some trash, and her name is Charmaine. She got an ankle bracelet on her.
And she out
She
2 in the
just got out of
morning.
prison. Her mother died in her arms, and she was crying. And the Lord put it on my heart to bless her. And also, well, anyway.
Yeah, bless what you can, sis.
And for you all too.
Yes, sir. Y'all know how we do it. Y'all, we get honor and praise to our one and only King, our high priest after the order of Melchizedek, which is his father, the Almighty, Yahushua HaMashiach, locally known as Jesus the Christ, y'all.
Yes, sir.
He's the high priest after the order of Melchizedek. He brings forth the law to every male, female, rich, poor, free and bond, Jew and Gentile. This is how you're going to know a Pharisee. The priesthood won't be mentioned. There'll be no talk of a one and only high priest on a spiritual level. Everything with Pharisees and Sadducees are flesh. They honor, they champion what's dying. And will turn, worms will have its way with it. But supernaturally, spiritually, they haven't a clue. The deal is to get you away from that, because that breaks your connection with the Most High. How do you not say things are supernatural when you're having dreams? How do you explain a nightmare? Something wakes you up out of your sleep so real that it forces you to wake up and you're panting and breathing and glad you're still on this side of the dirt. And you want to say this has something to do with just the flesh of men? No, it changes your countenance. That's how you know it's spiritual. Somebody can see the look on your face, eyes bugged out. Troubled look. Spiritual. It's dealing with something that a pill can't fix. All a pill do is make you sleepy, so it takes it out of your mind a little bit. But as soon as the pill wear off, here it comes again. You got to take another one. Y'all, let's get right to these scripts, y'all. And what we're talking about is the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and any doctrine of the sort. It's all going to be the same, y'all. It's just different titles. And what we're talking about is fleshly Israelites. We have to understand that Israelite is spiritual. It ain't got nothing to do with the flesh. And this ain't saying anybody to say, well, I'm a spiritual Israelite, I can be one of any other nation. No, the rules are what the rules are. They're defined. What advantage then have the Jew? Just run that real quick, so when I'm saying spiritual Israelite, nobody get it twisted and saying, oh, he promoting the all-inclusive everything. No, we ain't talking about lifting up no cup to no madness. Run that Romans 3, 1 through 3, and then at Romans 9. So we can get some clear understanding of what we're speaking of that's defined in Deuteronomy 7 and 6. That still exists. Because earth is modeled after heaven. And heaven is spiritual, ain't it? That's celestial.
Right.
That's spiritual. It has nothing to do with flesh. Flesh can't even dwell there. It can't go there. It's corrupt. It's dying. When that supernatural flesh was kicked out, it had to come down here. It couldn't even dwell up there with its stank and its supernatural. That stank had to get away from up there. Go ahead, Doc. Who got it?
All right.
Just real quick here.
Reading in the book of Romans, chapter 3 and verse 1.
Yes, sir.
What advantage then hath the Jew? Or what profit is there in circumcision?
See, so now we have to be careful when you have those Pharisees out there that teach and that Hebrew Christianity that Jew mean. See, it wasn't in the Bible and they start playing them word game. Jew is like Arab, Asian, and African. Jew comprises all of our nation, all 12 tribes, when it's spoken of in this perspective. Just like when you say Arab, that comprises all of Ishmael and Midian. But they're still separate nations. Just like the Jews are 12 separate nations, but you just say the head tribe, we're just saying Jew here. What advantage have all 12 tribes? This is just the whole of what we're saying. Because if you listen to them play like that, then every time you see this talking about somebody else who you're saying is an imposter. The only problem, the imposter getting a blessing here. That's a problem if you look at it from there, y'all. And that's what we're talking about, word games. You have to stick with the law and the promises that are spiritual and supernatural. Flesh don't control this. Go ahead, what else to say, bro?
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Much every way.
What kind of way?
Much every way. Chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of Yahweh. For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect? Yah forbid.
Yah forbid. Just because you don't believe it, that ain't our problem.
That's right.
Hey, because you say the devil ain't real, that's your problem that you going to deal with. But you going to end up blaming it on somebody for your bad behavior. Because when you say I don't believe the Bible, but when you let come out of your mouth, I know I did wrong. By who rules? See, they're looking at an individual that follow rules, and if they talking about something they done did, they say, well, I know I did wrong. Well, you don't believe the Bible. By who rules?
Right.
How are these rules established that within yourself you feel like, I know it was wrong what I did, but that's just how I felt?
Because it's a complete package that came with the laws.
Yes, sir.
Already prescribed in it.
Yes, sir.
That's why the conscience tell you.
Right, the soul. Yes, sir, you wrong. It's letting you know. They just hate to define where it come from because they can't control the narrative then.
Right.
See, I have to control. I want to be able to, my sins, I want to be able to justify mine.
Right.
So I'll start to just a lie.
And that's why they only
To
keep,
justify.
they only keep the moral law.
Bars, man.
Yeah, boy, you
The
hear that?
moral law.
Well, I can Zeb had to put a beat
wanna
to
come-
that.
you wanna come through?
You put a beat to that
You wanna come
thing.
through?
Yes, sir. Go ahead, bro. Read some.
Well, y'all getting on it, like I'm getting on it too. All four of us gonna be
Yes,
on that.
sir.
We got to throw Zeb in there too.
Yeah.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
Yah forbid. Yeah. Let Yah be true.
Yes, sir.
But every man a liar. As it is written.
As it is what?
As it is written. That thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
So let's go right to Romans 9, just so we understand what Israel's position is. It ain't got nothing to do with flesh, but the supernatural laws of God that govern heaven and earth. You're in charge of that. This ain't got nothing to do with dying flesh.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
The book of Romans, chapter 9 and verse 1.
Go 1 through 5. I mean 1 through 6, yeah.
I say the truth in Hamashiach. I lie not.
Right?
My conscience also bearing me witness in the Holy Ghost, that I have great heaviness and continual sorrow in my heart. For I could wish that myself were accursed from Hamashiach for my brethren, my kinsmen according to the flesh,
Right?
who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahweh, and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Hamashiach came.
Yes, sir.
Who is over all.
Who is what?
Over all. Yah blessed forever. Amen.
Keep going. I want you to read a little bit more of that.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Not as though the word of Yahweh have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel which are of Israel.
See, so this is telling you there's a difference in the mindset. Just cause you born with this flesh because you were in slavery is still a mindset that you don't return to that and you acknowledge why we're here. Spiritual Israel acknowledge why we in this condition. Because the question gonna always come up. You just can't point the finger at nobody. Sooner or later somebody gonna say, well, what the hell y'all in that condition for? And ain't nobody else here.
The devil made me do it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll blame it on somebody. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
Neither, because they are the seed of Abraham, are they all children. But in Isaac shall thy seed be called.
So it's separating the other groups of people out there and understanding that it comes back to the promise with Abraham, which was a supernatural promise. That was actually a covenant between the Most High and Abraham. They actually made a pact, and they did the most sacred ceremony that can be done for man to connect him with God. That was done. This is what this is about. This way before Jacob was even thought about. This is before Isaac was brought into the picture. This is where we have to start at. You can't start with Israel in the flesh because you're going to start in our crimes. Just like Black History Month, it starts in our crimes. You're starting out the gate on the plantation. Why? How did we get there and ain't nobody else there with us? Ain't no more cotton pickers?
What got us into that?
What got us into that?
That was the question that always drove me searching for the truth.
Yeah.
You always told us we come from kings and queens, and we taught the white man how to sit upright and eat and have table manners and things of this.
You say, have some table manners like
how the hell did the savage beast overrun a kingdom of kings and queens and warriors?
Right.
And no doctrine could ever tell me, could ever break that down. Until I came to the script. And the script tells you there you had a history way before your downfall. Way before your destruction, you had a rich history. But see, you don't know that. There's only one book you're going to find that out. There's only one book that breaks that down, that gives you the whole complete story from beginning to end.
Yes, sir.
And everything in between. There's only one book. There's only one source.
Right.
And to this day, that source is still being debated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because they hate who it is. See, but they say it's worthy. Well, God did it to you, but you still hate that that's the people.
Right.
It's still a problem for the other nations, you know. How did they get as such a people that would be brought to this level? Why would he deal with them like that? They're looking at the after effect. So that's what I'm saying. You got both groups looking at the after effect. What if we were still in our right minds, still in charge at home? Still running from King Solomon's reign up until now. And the whole world having to come up to Jerusalem and acknowledge Solomon running there for peace for 40 years. What if it was still right there right now if we just had that in our mind and the world saw that daily? They would understand it then because they would have no choice but to accept it. But to accept that now in our state of mind,
no, it's near impossible to envision that. And that's why the script say they should wag their head and hiss. This nation?
Not these. I know y'all can't be talking. You talking about them. Yeah, those ones that you cheer for when they're winning games for you.
Right. And entertaining you.
That during that time, but ruling the world is looked at like how Elijah, you were saying they trying to make us believe a caveman wiping his rear end is now running the world.
Right.
So from us being a flesh Pharisee Israelites talk from that perspective. they're actually starting on the slave ships. They don't talk about Jerusalem when we were ruling because they don't talk about why we're here.
Right.
Because that means law breaking.
Right.
If you bring into law, you're going to expose my elder who teaches commandments of men.
Well, not only that, it will make the ones whom they trying to convert to be disciples of their own BS.
Yes, sir.
It'll expose them to the true God.
Yes, sir.
To true Elohim
Yeah.
and who to worship to get it all back in right perspective.
Get it back in right perspective, y'all.
See, that keeps you dumbed down from knowing the truth of who your Elohim is and praising the real God.
Yes, sir.
So you become man worship.
Yeah.
You get into man worship,
Yeah.
thinking a man can save you out of your situation.
That's
if you
it,
don't have
that's it.
understanding of why you put in that situation
Yes,
in
sir.
the first place.
Give us
and
a
who
king
put you
spirit.
there.
Give us a king
You know?
spirit.
If
Give
you
us
don't
a
know the
king.
Most High put you in chains because of your disobedience, then
Yeah.
you'll never understand who to go to get out of it.
Yeah.
Tell me what you want me to do.
Yes, sir. We can't go to Joe Biden right now. He got things mixed up.
He'll fall asleep on
He'll
you.
fall asleep on you. You know, y'all saying what? Finish that up, Jay. Ariel. He just hit a couple more.
That was your Joe Biden moment.
Yeah, boy. Look, said it to him. Yeah, right back.
He showed called old boy Putin.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
I'm gonna call. I made Kamala. No, he said I made Trump vice president because she's good.
Right.
Yeah.
I cracked up. I cracked up.
Yeah, but that's the whole setup. They're gonna let it run to the election, and then he won't be voted in. See, he ain't gonna step down. Run him like this with this mindset like that, and then Trump is a shoe-in. Because everybody, he ain't made blunders yet. Wait till the blunder the week before the election.
Right.
That's gonna be the one that everybody gonna turn to Trump. Go ahead, because they can't put Kamala in there. Not yet, no.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Yahweh,
Y'all see that? The children of the flesh. Go ahead.
but the children of the promise are counted for the seed.
So this determines what Israelite you are. If you talking that promise of Abraham, then you're spiritual Israel, no matter what nation you come out of. See, there's a fleshly Israel that warred with us in the wilderness and got put down because they were battling spiritual Israel then. It's just now, today, it's just the same thing. We have these same groups out here that chase the wording of men that they know their bad behavior, but they rejoice in iniquity. You understand? It's extortion involved. That's how you rejoice in iniquity. You got a cup and you talking about what I got on film of somebody else shortcomings. Let's get some more.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
For this is the word of promise. At this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah also had conceived by one, even by our father Isaac. For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil.
Neither having done what?
Any good or evil. That the purpose of Yahweh according to election might stand. Not of works, but of him that calleth. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger.
See, so that should put out of your mind Esau was born a wicked child. He said before any evil was done, the selection was already made. Whether he was born first or not, it don't matter. It was already said in the Most High's mind, that's who I'm going to choose of the twin boy. They got nothing to do with how he do the inheritance for man that they follow firstborn child. He said, I choose who I want. I'll choose a fifth born if it serves my purpose.
Right.
Like Manasseh and Ephraim.
Yes, sir. So we have to understand it from that point, or you start to get into that flesh Israelites and you wanna make them as bad as why we're here. It'd be a difference if they were somewhere in somebody's country doing what we're doing, cotton pickers. Find the other cotton pickers, then you can talk what you talking. Other than that, if we don't pray for the iniquity of our forefathers, y'all, we putting it out of mind. And guess what? We're going to start trying to build on the plantation. And what that means is you're going to copy another's doctrine. Yeah. You're going to start from there. And then what they really chasing these Pharisees, Judaism. That is basically what it is. They're not in the Bible. All they do is debate all the time. They got hierarchy men that they're calling chief priests. Under which order, though? At least tell the order. But you know what the order is? It's the elder. That's the order. Mine. Who can't do no wrong. We can hold up. I tell you what, going down to 16.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. What shall we say then?
So that's the question. If they can't do no evil, why you hating him? Right. Go ahead.
What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Yahweh? Yah forbid.
Don't even think it. Don't even let it cross your mind. Go ahead.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy. Yeah. And I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that willeth, nor of him that runneth, but of Yahweh that showeth mercy.
But of the Most High that showeth mercy, because his mercy is going to get you out of trouble. You can't get out of the trouble that the devil's coming for you, born in this skin. Y'all understand? Because this is flesh. It's marked for death. Satan has authority to do whatever he can to it, like he did Job for many years. But the spirit is off limits to him. It's your choice that you let him get a hold of that spirit.
That's why you got to fight to get up out your flesh.
Well, you got to do what? Boy, say that
fight
again.
To get up out your flesh.
You got to get up out this flesh, y'all. This flesh is dying. How do you put trust in it and it's dying like that? It don't tell you I should have followed my first mind. That's your soul. Put stock into what you're saying I should have done to get myself corrected. You don't say I should have followed my flesh. No, the flesh led you to that trouble. Because it don't have an exit plan. The exit plan is to finish it out when I'm through. Then I try to figure out an exit plan.
Right.
When I'm through?
But then,
Yes, sir.
when you satisfy the flesh, it only lasts a moment.
That's all, bro.
A hot second.
A hot second.
You know, it's
Would you say 20 minutes?
So, boy, look here. That's what it's like even in life of everything. That's how quick it is, because before you know it, it's gone in a flash. But eternity.
For some more, or
Yes, sir.
why did I do that?
Why did I do that?
That's what you said. Yeah. Son did that, you know.
And when we talking about rejoicers in iniquity, that where you start to see evil is becoming, that's what they're saying. Evil is good.
Yeah.
And that's what we're starting to see. And when Pharisees or these leaders of these camps lead you into this doctrine of penitentiarism called Hebrew Israelites, black Hebrew Israelites, it's a problem, y'all, because it's a penitentiary doctrine. Get you in, decide who you gonna marry, and then tell you when you can consummate the marriage. What grown man would do that unless, is that beyond seeking a king's spirit?
Well, that's past that.
Not only that, but you'll do what for me? You'll take care of all my, I don't have to do anything. Yeah, with a trade-off, you got to look at me like God. Did you hear what I said? I heard that. Get my inhaler over there. But you got to look at me like God. You agree to this?
Shit, look like God about to die.
Boy, look here.
I think you can hit that in the other two.
Boy, look here. Yeah. Go ahead, man. We can hold on.
Yeah.
Let's get right back to it. 1 Corinthians 13, y'all, so we can understand what separates spiritual Israel from Israel of the flesh. Same group of people, but the different mindset. The soul controls the flesh. It can't be the other way around. Woe to the man that maketh his arm flesh.
Right.
Who got it? Y'all, once again, today's lesson, the Pharisees, rejoicers in iniquity. They love it, y'all. If it ain't around them, they just ain't happy. They wake up looking for it, sniffing for it. Where is it? Why is it so quiet? Why does it seem peaceful? Where is iniquity? I just can't get up without it.
Break up this piece.
Boy, look here, break up this piece. Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1.
Yeah.
Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels.
And of who?
And of angels.
See, there's talk out there of foolishness that they all the same. What's going on, Elder Judah? That is all the same thing, men or angels, but that just ain't done your homework. See, what we're talking about is verse teaching. I had to explain this verse and word teaching. Like when look angels, and then you look it up in the concordance. Well, it mean man, it mean this. That ain't had nothing to do with the law of celestial and terrestrial. It's either it's all one and it don't make no sense, or there's a separation.
That's right.
There's no man that's doing what is called angels, but they're when they're broke down like that, you have to in the Bible define where an angel is looked at as a man. Mm-hmm. Then you have to know when it's talked about as a real angel. You understand what I'm saying? So when like Sodom and Gomorrah, if that's a real man, how he throw blindness on them, all them inhabitants of that? Pull Lot back in and then start raining what they was doing. Totally do it. See, certain things forces their hand to believe their separation, but they have to keep it all flesh. The angels must be flesh as well. That way we can't go wrong, because everybody and everything is wrong. It's done had its trouble one time or another. You understand? But the Messiah that was said no sin was found in him. Nicodemus, the chief Pharisee, said, you ain't from around here. You got to be sent directly from God. I know Pharisee. They listen to me. I'm like the high priest right now of Phariseeism. They listening to me, and I'm telling you, I couldn't even speak what you're doing. But y'all, they get into this chasing these word things, man this or man that. Well, like Ezekiel 31, they say Pharaoh was like the cedar tree. It's just comparing. You have to make sure when you see God and it's talking about man, then you have to find the other scripture that says the same exact thing. So it's two witnesses. So you don't get this thing mixed up as when God say God as a man. Then he said, I'm not a man that you can look at me. I can't lie like y'all.
Right.
What other man can't lie? See, and that's where we at, but they don't. They just crash them all together because they look up definition of angel or this and that.
Right.
Who were the sons of God that shouted for joy when the world was coming? Adam wasn't created till the 6th day. Who are these people then? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you run them together, and then you know what? They'll sit and they like, that's a good point. Hold me a little bit more of that. Yeah, that's a good point, but it could be a man though, can't it? Right. And they go through around there and sip from that cup of madness. Right. Fleshism.
Cup of confusion.
Cup of confusion. The cup of the devil. And you can't hold both of them in the same thing. Not like this, y'all. Woo-hoo-hoo. Read some more, Zed.
Verse 1 again.
Yeah.
Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as a sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal.
That's like if you've been blessed with a gift of the Lord, and if it's not about charity, if it's not for the glory of the Most High, you using it for your own self.
You just
making noise.
You just making noise.
That's all you're doing. Go ahead.
And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries, and all knowledge, and though I have all faith, so that I could remove mountains, I have not charity, I am nothing.
If you're not doing it for the glory of the Most High to correct what went wrong, and to God, you're wasting your time. And Paul ain't saying I have these, because this would make Paul the Messiah if that was true right there. He's just saying if I had that and it wasn't about charity like the Most High, Isaiah 53. suffering for our transgression. That's why he did what he did. And the prophecies come to pass. If it ain't on your mind like that, you just want to be the big muckety muck and they put you on Time Life magazine. Yeah, I delivered that prophecy about 1985. Yeah, that was me. That's about you. That's not about the glory of the Most High. You gonna die soon.
This is a look at me spirit.
That's a look at me spirit. Get some more.
And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor,
and
though I give my body to be burned, I have not charity.
And have not
charity, it profited me nothing.
It profited me nothing. You're trying to outwit the Most High in your mind. You figure this what he'll like.
Right.
I'm going to do it like this. And have not charity, y'all. Charity is a whole nother level. If you will, Zeb, can you get a definition of that before we move on?
Charity.
Yeah. To know why you're doing what you're doing. If just a little bit of you say, they're going to be saying, they're going to mention to everybody that I did that for them. Just that little bit counts you out. This is not about us. This is about the glory of the Most High. It's to stop the fate that we're going through right now, to where you say, another day of misery coming up and I got to make the best out of it. How about misery-free days? How about I ain't been to a funeral in 200 years? Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm going one next week.
Boy, look, clothes you're getting out that you used to for a happy time is all to see if you can still fit, and you're trying out old clothes at funerals. I'm gonna see how this works. If they look at me like I just got out the penitentiary, this too old. I'm gonna retire this. Yeah.
Like Huggy Bear.
Yeah, yes sir. I can't wear these Coogee slacks made out of the sweater material no more. They looking at me like I just got out. Yeah, you just got out with that combo.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Look good on you, though.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Charity.
Yeah.
An organization set up to provide help and raise money to those in need.
Yeah.
The charity provides practical help for homeless people.
Yeah.
The voluntary giving of help.
What is it?
The voluntary giving of help. Typically in the form of money to those that need the care of poor, must not be left to private charity.
Now do biblical charity. We just wanted to understand that it's all going to be around the same thing, but it's said without restraint. It shouldn't be nothing that you're looking back for, you know, because if you have in your mind, I may die tomorrow, what am I going to get back from this? You know, when you see people have big foundations and then they die, you know, you be like, well, man, that was terrible, you know. But is it really terrible? It only is if you gave it not with charity, just to make a power move. What you got right there, Zed?
The highest form of love.
The what?
The highest form of love, signifying the reciprocal love between God and man that is made manifest in unselfish love.
What kind of love?
Unselfish love of one's fellow man.
Of one's fellow man. I ain't doing this because I'm trying to get in good with God. I'm doing this because it's charity at a high level, and this is how I was told to truly love my brother. It can't be with I'm doing something to get something back.
Right.
I have to seek another's wealth. As long as we're on the same playing field, know the same things about the Most High, we can walk together. Two can walk together. You know, how can two walk together lest they agree?
Right.
How can you be a Pharisee and a Sadducee and both y'all got cups and y'all holding them up under the air? This ain't nothing but a drink fest. What that charity say again? Read that again, Zed.
The highest form of love, signifying the reciprocal love between Yahweh and man that is made manifest in unselfish love of one's fellow man.
That's what we were talking about, that Romans 9, the faith of Abraham. The promise before Israelites ever was thought of. Abraham was never told, and they're going to call themselves the Israelites. That became spiritual when Jacob wrestled with an angel. Was that a real man he was wrestling with at night? That put his hip out of joint and told him, you going to be the king of the world after that. Was that a regular man? Or was that supernatural?
Supernatural. So he changed his name.
Changed his name. Supernatural events change your name, not fleshly events. Read some more, Zed.
It's also acts of kindness, forgiveness, and compassion.
About the love of the Most High.
Right.
Not about how you can look at me like I'm the Most High. You want somebody to look at you like that so bad, then you're going to have to do what it say. You're going to have to keep the law then. Because the law is not for a righteous man. That means that you done got away or narrowed down. You're off that felony list in 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. Everything else you can walk down. But you got to get off that felony list. We off the felony list around here, ain't we? You hear Jake say every week, don't take no felony chances.
That's right.
Misdemeanors we gonna have, y'all. But they're usually paid with a fine. That's all we want. How much? Okay, I got that. It won't happen no more. But when they say the fine is your rear end, and we're changing your name to a number, that's a whole nother situation here, y'all.
Come on and go with me.
And if men teach you that type of behavior and got you fooled that they have a government that supersedes the one that they're captive to, both y'all crazy. Who's talking tough and there's another tough one? You understand what I'm saying, like? Yeah, they gonna get America. Yeah, this nation gonna get America. Yeah, about what? What are they gonna get them for? Well, let's get one thing understanding. When you come for this champion, the Most High said they were a champion.
Right.
Ain't never been seen like on this earth before. This champion dropped nuclear. You can talk all the fat mouth and you can have Jamie Foxx play the president. You can have some Russians here that's sneaking in, working at a sandwich shop. Now all of a sudden they inside the White House and they got control. You can believe all them stories you want. But the prophecy in Daniel say the Most High is going to have to take the champion down. Right. Like he did Pharaoh. There ain't no other nation going to come and do that. They already told you. We dropped nuclear. And they said we surrender. We say we don't want to hear it. Drop another one on.
Drop another.
Let them know we mean business. And let the rest of the world know too.
They still suffering from them bombs.
Still suffering. You can say what you want to, but why did he put us in the hands of this champion?
Right.
Because it's the only way we would fall down on our knees and say, Lord, you the true champion. Yeah. You're the king. You took the king. Right. Like we took Pharaoh. Ain't no other gods been talked about or like that or men. It keeps talking about over how I took Pharaoh. When you understand Ezekiel 31, you'll understand the level of what we're talking about. This ain't got nothing to do with no men talking about the pop guns they got.
No.
And how many bullets they done bought from Walmart that's already numbered. You can't buy no more today. Mm-hmm. Just a little bit, that Ezekiel 31. So you understand when it compares how he took Pharaoh down. Pharaoh wasn't no chump, y'all. No. Pharaoh had the world on lock. The whole world. Just read a little bit about who he compared to so we understand his greatness. Okay. See, when you understand man and angel and you talk about they the same individual, then there's a cubic of a man and there's a cubic of an angel. Why are they different if it's the same individual? If he's man or an angel? Right. So you're saying the status change if he spiritually in his mind, he flesh, but he thinks he's an angel or doing angel things? Pharaoh come wrong with that foolishness. And what kind of angelic powers have he told us about, license?
He know the truth.
Yeah.
But see, he's a paid off agent.
Yeah. Men like to worship him. They emulate him. They want to be just like him. He want to be like Martin Luther King so bad he don't know what to do.
I just can't understand how. I mean, I get it. You know, he's a great orator.
Yeah.
You know, he speaks well.
Yeah.
With confidence.
Yeah.
But the same cat that's trying to convince young brothers to stop the violence against each other, you one of the main ones that perpetrated violence against your brother.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
And you're going to turn around and try to convince young brothers not to do the same. You guilty of it.
And this champion know it.
What he say? We had the right to control our own.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
And to deal with a traitor the way he should be dealt with.
Yes, sir.
This out of his mouth.
And now we find out who the traitor chasing Ron L. Hubbard Dianetics.
Yeah. And a science.
And
Church of Scientology. Like I was telling Mom, you know, he was a calypso singer.
Yeah.
A hip swinger.
Yes, sir.
Hip swinger.
Yeah.
Like the violin.
Violin player.
Yeah.
Soothing wicked spirits. Entertaining the white audience. The white elites.
Yes, sir.
With his fluffy shoulders and
Yes, sir.
He had blouse on.
yeah. Tossing roses to the men.
Yeah. Let's get it.
And wasn't his daddy white?
Go ahead, y'all.
Yeah, Daddy White.
Boy, some mad at us now. How dare you talk about your minister? Why not?
Right. Who was he?
He'll talk about us.
Right. I'll talk about your minister, his son, his mama, all them.
Fair exchange ain't no robbery, is it?
Nope.
No.
Go ahead.
You done with that?
Ezekiel
No,
31.
Ezekiel-
right?
Yeah, I just want to read this
I'm gonna
just
read
1
down
through
to about
5.
10.
Oh, you're going to go 10? Okay.
And
And then this will help you with also Romans 9 when he started talking about Pharaoh again. He said, I raised Pharaoh up like that. Y'all have to understand this champion has been raised
31.
up by the Most High to control it like this. Because the bulk of us are here. It has to mirror Egypt. The prophecy must be just like Ezekiel 20:33 say. It has to go down the same way. Once you get outside of the prophecy, you're into flesh worship.
yes.
You're into give us a king spirit. You're into Pharisee. All of this is going, and you know how you know they start talking about we're going to build a kingdom. And we're going to have our own body of people. We're going to do our own. And yes, George Washington will still be on the money. Once that's happening, you know
It ain't
you
your
in a
own.
code.
It's
It ain't
no longer
yours.
your own then. You just put a label on something.
Building a paradise in the penitentiary.
In a paradise in the penitentiary,
That's crazy.
boy.
That's crazy.
Like they'll show you them big drug dealers, they got curtains up in they cell, and boy, they got a bar in there with hooch, all different forms of hooch in there.
It's still a 6 by 9.
And what is it still
It's still
there?
a 6 by
It's
9.
still a 6 by 9.
And now it's even
Can't
tighter
leave.
because you got all that stuff in there.
Boy, look at me. Yeah. Boy, you into that excuse me furniture, you gotta just scoot by, excuse me. Go ahead, bro.
Ezekiel 31:1. And it came to pass in the 11th year, in the 3rd month, in the 1st day of the month, that the word of Elohim came unto me, saying,
Y'all see how he defined when the Most High talked to him? What time it was? See, you had to do them days. You had to write it like that so that if they went by, if just say if cameras was up then and they roll it back to that time, they'd be like, there it is right there, same time, same hour, we got it on camera.
Yep.
That's why we instructed to write it down.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 2.
Yeah.
Son of man, speak unto Pharaoh, king of Egypt, and to his multitude, whom art thou like in the greatness, thy greatness?
Who art thou like in thy greatness? See, so it's saying Pharaoh has power. This is what we have to understand, and it's compared to power. Something on earth, though, always, never anything in the heavens. Go ahead. What else to say?
Behold, the Assyrian was a cedar in Lebanon, with fair branches, and with a shadowing shroud, and of a high stature, and his top was among the thick boughs. The waters made him great. The deep set him up on high with her rivers running round about his plants, and sent out her little rivers unto all the trees of the field. Therefore his height was exalted above all the trees of the field, and his boughs were multiplied, and his branches became long because of the multitude of waters when he shot forth.
So it's comparing this king of Assyria to like this tree. If you look at this tree, how powerful the top birds can lodge here. Can't no Lord get here. This is how powerful it was. He wants you to compare it to something that we're used to seeing with these flesh eyes. But at this level, You know, so this is how Pharaoh was, if you look at it, compared to other kings on the earth, or this Assyrian king. Go ahead, bro.
All the fowls of heaven made their nests in his bow. And under his branches did all the beasts of the field bring forth their young. And under his shadow dwelt all great nations.
Under his shadow dwelt what?
All great nations. Thus was he fair in his greatness, in the length of his branches, for his root was by great waters.
Yes, sir.
The cedars in the garden of Elohim could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his bow, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches. Nor any tree in the garden of Elohim was like unto him in his beauty. I made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden that were in the garden of Elohim envied him. Therefore, thus saith the Most High Elohim, because thou hast lifted up thyself in height, and he hath shot up his top among the thick boughs, and his heart is lifted up in his height. I have therefore delivered him into the hand of the mighty one, of the heathen.
Of the who?
Of the heathen. He shall surely deal with him. I have driven him out for his wickedness, and strangers, the terrible of the nations, have cut him off, and have left him. Upon the mountains and in the valleys his branches are fallen, and his boughs are broken by all the rivers of the land. And all the people of the earth are gone down from his shadow and have left him.
So it's talking about even in the heavens, Lucifer down to this king of Assyria, because that's where he's getting his instructions from. And say, I threw him out in all his beauty. He was more beautiful than anybody in the garden. They say that, though. A tree one to be desired. It's talking about the devil, or who we call Satan. Still had his beauty. He never lost his beauty as you see him as a snake and wicked looking. No, he was looking just like he was in the heavens when he conned the third of the angels. He didn't change his look when he conned them. No. He looked exactly the same when them third came, and he looked exactly the same when he got down to the Garden of Eden. That same beauty at that level.
He say he masquerades as an angel of light.
Yes, sir.
So he ain't running around looking in his terrible form.
No, none of that.
He ain't gonna get you with his terrible
be prepared
form.
for that.
He ain't gonna get you in his terrible form. He gonna get you with what's most beautiful to your desire.
Draw you in.
Draw you on in to that twinkling light.
Yeah.
So y'all, this
people in the church.
And this is what we have to understand, y'all, of who we're dealing with. This is supernatural, y'all. This is only the individual who got through out of heaven. Either that or heaven is on earth. You can't have it both ways. You can't have them thrown out in the supernatural things and just look over them like they don't exist, and then put it in the hands of an individual like yourself. And you make false prophecy. Not like Son of Man, write this down daytime and hour. Do you know if this hadn't came to pass or it wasn't the truth, he'd have been stoned to death? Yes, but they trust a man to say, let's climb up on this rooftop on December the 31st. And the angel's going to come and get us. Now, you up there for a supernatural event, but yet in the same breath you say, we're the supernatural ones. So it's some pilot Negro that got hold of a UFO. That's the only thing it could be. You understand what I'm saying, Lights? Because you say you don't believe in supernatural, but yet you on the rooftop waiting on supernatural.
Right. Who drives?
Who driving? They're like, man, you can drive this thing, man. You told the truth. You can drive it.
Right.
Let's get back to this, y'all.
You can't.
Right.
You know, if it's some brothers, it's on E.
Yeah. Hold on, y'all. We got to pull over.
Yeah.
What you got?
So what we're trying to explain to you is that the Most High compares men to certain things. He may compare a man to an angel in a sense that you're like a guardian angel to me, but he's gonna die like a man. When a true angel come to you, there's something supernatural happen to it, and he's gone. Cameras can't even pick it up because it's not there for the angel to get the glory. It's for the Most High's glory. Right. But you standing there and the camera standing there, ain't no other thing could have happened but a miracle. You understand what I'm saying? They saying it's way beyond what we can just pinpoint here on earth and say this is what it came from. It's beyond our reasoning how that happened. But yet they still don't want to give him the glory. And y'all, that's what we talking about. That's why it's called the gospel. That's all we do is go out and spread the good news. Israelites, it ain't going to be like this forever. That's the good news, not banging and trying to set up a kingdom in captivity.
Right. We finna take over. What about the prophecy?
Right. Well, the saints gonna take the kingdom.
You in charge.
That's what I heard.
Boy, look here, the saints gonna take the kingdom from who?
Oh man, yeah.
What kingdom?
Oh man.
Boy, look, you ain't gonna take over. Boy, look here round the corner.
You ain't even took over your own house yet.
Right.
But just to have it in these youngsters' mind like that, Elijah. So you go from this realm to this one, and you think this supernatural. I'm going from the streets of hood to this one right here, that where I'm gonna be a captain of 50. I'm gonna be a guardian of this. So you go from this level of street rulership to this level of tomfoolery rulership, but it comes down to an individual that'll walk in the room and you'll jump up and stand and say, "We salute you." To a man that's making up the rules as he go along.
Well, that's correct.
And all of them, you know, like when they finally break free from it, say, "My first mind told me he's full of cow manure," to say it mildly.
Right. Honey, iced tea.
Yeah.
Hey, can I
Go
read
ahead,
something real quick? Sirach chapter 4, verse 27.
Yeah.
Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man.
Do what, Elisha?
Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the persons of the mighty.
You know good and well what he's doing, it ain't the truth, because you done seen it. He done been tried, and you make yourself still an underling. That means I'm under, he has control over me.
He's the leader.
He's the leader.
Yep.
An underling. And what that means is y'all both gonna die from the same thing, corruptible flesh and sin.
The blind leading the blind.
The blind leading the
Shall
blind.
fall in the ditch thereof.
What they gonna do, Elisha?
Fall in the ditch thereof.
What script was that, Elijah?
That was Sirach chapter 4, verse
31.
30.
27.
Let me get it.
About Shalom.
Shalom, y'all. Shalom up.
I want to be sure, y'all. I want to give y'all the right wine. Ecclesiastes, Sirach 4 and 27.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 27. Okay.
Let's get it, y'all. Let's get caught up, y'all. We way behind. We still where we at?
1 Corinthians
We still
chapter
there?
13. Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4.
Yeah.
Charity suffereth long.
What does charity do?
Suffereth long.
Do y'all understand that being good or doing good suffereth long? That's a difference. You're going to have some ups and downs with this, but you can't let your mind go, because next you won't be doing good no more. You're like, I used to do that, but man, after they did that, I don't do that no more. You can't do that, because it's free will. It's charity. How does it get to the point that where you say, I'm not going to do it for anybody anymore? You just don't do it for that individual anymore.
Right, right.
But it still got a roll to the others. That one just don't get the good gift anymore.
Right.
Why you going to base it on him and then take it away from everybody else?
You must be a man pleaser.
Yeah. Or want to be pleased
Want
by
to be,
man.
yes,
Go ahead, bro.
Charity suffereth long.
Yeah.
And is kind.
Uh-huh.
Charity envieth not.
What does it do?
Envieth not.
Uh-huh.
Charity vaunteth not itself. Is not puffed up.
It's not puffed up. How dare any of us call ourselves chief high anything? Equal us on the level with the most high. On them levels, and you ain't never had no visitation. But from the usage of PCP and hard and other drugs, ecstasy and all of that, that's your visitation. And you actually tell people that, and they chase that too, Elijah, because they want to believe a lie. Y'all, that's a difference. when your soul wants to believe a lie? What is the gain in that? Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
Does not behave itself unseemly. Seeketh not her own.
Do what?
Seeketh not her own. Is not easily provoked. Thinketh no evil.
Thinketh no evil. Not easily provoked. Can't get him riled up.
Right.
Meekness at another level. Ain't gonna get me riled up. As meek as Moses was, he got riled up and it cost him. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Just that charity right there, doing all he could for them, and they get it to this level that they make him, his anger tip the mark over. And you miss your gift because of this. Because Moses didn't want them to perish. Even when they were serving Molech, they like, no, Lord, put him. He like, I ain't gonna put this on you. That's them that I gotta get. So Moses did all he could for his people, and when they just got too hard-headed, he got mad because he felt he was more madder than the Most High at them. And they ain't gonna throw himself in the mix like he ain't had no problem in his life at all. Equal himself up there, y'all. That's what we talking about. If the Most High say Moses can't be looked at like that, then how dare us look at somebody with a prescription in their pocket? If Walgreens closed now, they wondering how they gonna stay well, and you looking at them like they God? Let's get some more.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
Rejoices not in iniquity.
We do what?
Rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in truth.
In the truth, y'all. That's why rejoicing should be, whether it straightens us out or not. You still have to rejoice in it because it's freedom.
That's right.
You should know the truth, and what it's going to do?
Set you free.
That's what we're talking about, y'all. Freedom from these bondages of man worship and self-worship and expect something from somebody, and you got a personal connection with the Most High. You can get what everybody else got. You can get what Abraham got. You can get what Moses got. You just got to, it's telling you how they did. It's not like it ain't there. Well, see, man, they must have had something else going on special. Everything that happened is wrote down.
That's right.
If you want it, you can't envy. You can't say, I wish I was like Abraham. Do what Abraham did then and watch it, what happened. Because ain't no another came and said, I did exactly what he did. I didn't get what he got. No, that ain't recorded. Go ahead.
God is the same yesterday, today, and forever.
He ain't going to change with how he operate on any individual. When he call you a friend, it's based along the same line. Your faith is at another level. You believe it all, not some of it. And these Pharisees, they call themselves the righteous men, but yet the book that you're holding, they tell you, I'm more righteous than that. That has flaws in it. And I can show you the flaws that I look at, but when you bring up one to me, I'll say, oh, that's the part that I don't believe.
Right, right.
How do you even get in a conversation with that and you know you can't win that? How you gonna bring up in dominoes? It takes 7 to get on board.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's go ahead, John. That's what we talking about. Yes, sir. That's what we talking about.
Playing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. But y'all see how the rules got everybody's mind right in check that they knew that was impossible to play by them rules. It's the same way with the script. It's impossible to play by man worship. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Yeah.
Beareth all things. Believeth all things. Hopeth all things. Endureth all things.
That's what true charity do. Go ahead.
Charity never faileth. But whether there be prophecy, they shall fail.
Yes, sir.
Whether there be tongues, they shall cease.
Right.
Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away.
And all of them things, if they anything of the Most High, prophecy is going to fail, but not of the Most High. Because, see, true prophecies cannot fail. But Nostradamus will try to take revelations and turn it into quatrain on his part. That's going to fail. Something is going to fail because you cheating. You understand what I'm saying? Taking little small prophecies out of the Bible and trying to make it work for your doctrine of men is going to fail. Free Case Ray riding in on a horse on the Passover gonna fail. And he better be glad Jacob, like he say he wasn't there, because he'd have eased the hat pin out and stuck that horse in the rear end when they'd have reared up and threw him off and drug him through the city of New York. That'll cut that foolishness out.
Yes, sir.
But you got individuals that are crying like you're the Messiah of today. And you know better riding in on a horse like that. Where the food is at?
Right.
And the horse caretakers leading the horse.
Leading the horse. They told making sure he don't get out of control.
Right. Y'all sure y'all got it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, there's another man, fleshly, was Solomon. They said ain't nobody wisdom on this earth ever went to those levels on the earthly level. But a greater than Solomon is here. His name is the Messiah, the King of Kings. But he was before Solomon. He's the root and the offspring of David. What we're talking about is earthly man. Einstein, in all his brilliance, he come up with the conclusion, let's build something that'll destroy the world and kill everybody on earth. Instead of let's build nuclear that's going to power everybody's house, and they won't have to worry about if a hurricane come through. We can power them back up in the next day. But they like, no, that ain't what we want. No. We need to play God, and this is the only way to do it. Threaten the whole world that will kill life on earth. That's what they call they genius. Not only that, now they got their other genius working, trying to have that CERN machine, if we can just get it up to the speed of light.
How do you understand the earth is given into the hand of the wicked?
If we can get that CERN machine cranked up, we got it about 89%. If we can get it to 100, we're going to go into what's called the fifth dimension. Another portal is going to open up, and we're going to be able to go between the realms. If we can just get to the speed of light. So I want y'all to understand how fast this thing they got going. They got atoms and they're going to let them crash together trying to do that Big Bang effect. But that's all they're going to be is just a Big Bang. And they're going to let in dark matter. They don't care at that point. They just saying, well, we'll talk to it when it gets here. If it's bad, then we'll worry about that then. We'll let the genie out of the bottle. Long as we can get to where God says no man can do, and that's the speed of light to live 1,000 years. Y'all understand what we saying? This is what they're trying to get to say, see God, nah, we told you we was going to get there with you. We're going to be, they've been trying to build a Tower of Babel ever since. Trying to get back up there. Leader is saying, I can't go back, but maybe y'all can go back in my place. I'm thrown out of there for good, but guess what? I know what's going on up there. I can show y'all how to get back up there. And if all fail, just destroy everything.
Right.
I bet they'll look at you like God did. See, he gonna hate he threw me out of there when I get through with his creation. Y'all with me, and they high-fiving, and they part of what he talking about. Y'all gonna hate it when he get through with you. He gonna kill you too.
Right.
How you gonna slick a can of oil? Let's get some more of this, y'all.
Verse 9.
Yeah.
For we knoweth in part, and we prophesieth in part. But when that which is perfect is come.
When that which is what?
Perfect is come. Then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things.
You have to put away childish things, and that's not looking for a daddy to lead you in spiritual things. We have one Father.
That's right.
The Messiah say, there's none good but the Father. Why you keep looking for an earthly daddy? So to speak, I'm just saying on the spiritual level.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, bro.
For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know even as I also am known. and now abide faith, hope, charity. These three, but the greatest of these is charity.
See, even you have hope and faith. If your faith is not about correcting the wrong and understanding the wrong that was done in the Garden of Eden to get man back one-on-one with the Most High and get him back in good favor, then you wasting your time with this. This ain't got nothing to do with us or you. The whole thing is if you looking for your brethren, because ain't no levels in the heavens but brother and sister. That's it. There ain't no other high rankings or all of these things. Your brother and sister in the kingdom if you make it to the kingdom. Ain't gonna be no captain over no 50, nothing. It ain't a script they can pull up to say that, but the one they'll pull up in 1 Samuel to say he making you captains of 50. But if you start at the beginning, this is you choosing a man over you instead of the Most High. He's going to make you captains of 50. He's going to have you airing his grind, running his work. He's going to have you out on the corner pushing his doctrine. Let's get some more, y'all. Where we at? Sirach. No, we're going to Luke. Right.
Luke 18.
Yeah, and this is another way you're going to know these Pharisees. Because they lift themselves up high, but with others' laws. Which is of their own, because they cannot lift themselves up like that with the law of the Most High. Everything tells you not to, so they have to get rid of the Messiah. If the general say he's the third in all heaven and earth, who is he cutting out? There's three to bear record in heaven: the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. If he's the one on earth, then who is getting cut out of them three? Well, he can get put in. It's the Messiah. And they teach a doctrine that allows him to slip in called Joseph is the daddy. That allows him to slip in. Don't you believe that virgin birth? No matter what, don't you believe it? Well, we're told to believe it. Or we can't even believe how Adam got started. How you going to talk about the root? I mean, the offspring and the root is right here. And you kind of got to get past that before we can even get to the middle of what you're talking about. Having and making children. When the first man wasn't made that way. You call yourself God, that was God in the flesh if we talk about, because he had no transgressions. His skin was perfect. See, I think we just don't understand. We're going to get into a little bit of that loop of just picturing yourself. Mike, just picture yourself just like you looking, but with some 3-month-old baby skin. Hallelujah. Your eyes clear again, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Don't look like you done had that ooh-wee going or something. You know what I mean? You know, clear. You know how when they say children are so clear, it ain't like you can look through them. It's just they're so white and pure. You say you call that clear.
Yeah.
Because you see the pureness in it.
Yeah, there's no painting.
And this is what we're going to read about Lazarus when he was resurrected after 4 days. He came back looking the same way because the Pharisees recognized. And guess what them scoundrels wanted to do? Man, we got to put him to death. This is what we're talking about when righteousness, the charity, what charity was that going to be? Right. And you talking about you, the man of God, to destroy the resurrection. Right. Only if you're trying to pump reincarnation. Yeah. Let's get it, y'all. Go ahead.
Luke chapter 18, verse 9.
Yes, sir.
And he spake this parable.
Hold on, we got a few flipping.
Mainly you.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Luke chapter 18, verse 9.
Yeah.
And he spake this parable unto certain which trusted in themselves that they were righteous.
That they were what?
That they were righteous. And despised others.
What did they do?
Despised others. 2 men went up into the temple to pray. The one a Pharisees, and the other a publican. The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself. Now
notice both of them only had titles of men that went in there. One is pretending to be righteous. The other one is just an everyday ordinary individual trying to get through the woes of life. Go ahead.
The Pharisee stood and prayed thus with himself. Yahweh, I thank thee that I am not as other men are. Extortion.
As what?
Extortion. Unjust. Adulterers. or even as this publican. I fast twice in the week. I give tithes of all that I possess.
Y'all understand the charity now, how he's puffing up what he do?
Right.
I pay tithes.
Right.
I give all that I have, but it's not charity. I'm doing this because I got it like that. I was born into wealth.
Right.
I can do it like that. But he don't have charity because it's not about what the Most High said give it for. You're doing it so men will look at you.
Like the lady that gave her last 2 pennies.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but see, that was all she had in the world. You got plenty more of this.
Right.
You know, but you're bragging about this. Yeah, you can give it. It ain't from the heart. It's just because I got it.
Like today, you see everybody on social media filming their charity acts.
Yeah.
The homeless. And everybody glorifying them.
Yeah. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
And the publican standing afar off would not lift up so much as his eyes unto heaven, but smote upon his breast, saying, Yahweh be merciful unto me, a sinner.
A what?
A sinner.
Uh-huh.
I tell you, this man went down to the house justified rather than the other.
And that's what we're talking about, justification, y'all. You can either make yourself believe that I must be righteous in God by doing all of these acts. Like I say, when the money get taken away, that's going to put everybody's faith on the line. That's why when the Antichrist come, that's the first thing it coming. The money going away. The money ain't returning until y'all pledge allegiance to me.
That's that Isaiah 65 too.
Look here, Houston suffering. You know what I'm saying? Like our Christian heat. If they say if you don't take the mark, you're going to be in the heat till you dead.
Right.
It's a choice to be made.
And think about if you in the penitentiary
Right.
and the air go out. Boy, arms going to be hanging out them cell blocks.
They got air in there.
Yeah, they got air.
Some of them do.
Yeah, some of them do. Yeah, they want you to feel comfortable in there. To talk about the penitentiary.
Right.
They want you to think like I can do 25 on my head. Like it's not that hard until you get in there.
Right.
See, the problem is the youth get in there and they can't do 25 on their head. No, I ain't gonna say that. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Verse 14 again.
Yeah.
I tell you, this man went down to the house justified, to his house justified rather than the other. For everyone that exalteth himself shall be abased, and he that humbleth himself shall be exalted.
See, y'all, that's what we have to look for. Humble to be exalted. See, when you get knocked off your high horse, as they say, that's a problem. It's shameful at that point. Then they make you want to lash out and get somebody about it. Well, you did it. You the one that got knocked off your high horse. Or like I say, you go up to the front of the event and then be told this seat is reserved. And you, oh, my bad. Now you got 500 rows you got to walk through. Everybody to the back. You can hear the whispers, they get louder. Nigga know he ain't supposed to be like that. Who the hell he think he is? And he trying to walk with his hat like, yeah, excuse me, excuse me. And then, yeah. And when he get to the last row, just take off running like a runaway slave to his car and weeping by Lake Minnetonka after that. Y'all, let's read some more. Give me some John 12, y'all. And y'all, and this is what these Pharisees are so wicked in that they don't want to believe in supernatural, that they were going to kill a supernatural event. And notice when y'all get into John 11 chapter, going to talk about how long Lazarus was dead. 4 days. Rigor mortis set in 3 days in corruption. It cannot reverse itself. So the Messiah waited for 4 days. So because the prophecy was he had to be in the ground 3 days and 3 nights. So he can't leave Lazarus now, or people would think Lazarus is the resurrection. Right. So a day extra so it don't mess with prophecy. And then he's the one that called him out. You understand what I'm saying? So let's get a little bit of that. But this going to tell you about the supernatural. Y'all see what happened is they trying to make us feel like it's Casper the ghost. So when you see an angel, that's why I say entertain strangers, because you don't know of an angel. They look just like us. They have the same laws. They're in the image of God. They're just the image of God without flesh over them, starting out the gate, so to speak. But they can manifest and look like the flesh that we have, but it's still supernatural. It's what Adam looked like. When you saying, no, we don't believe that, nothing, you like this thing that's rotten and stanking. You like that, but if you ain't getting to permafrost, ain't no need you worrying about it. Look that up for me, permafrost. This is why they can't explain the freeze over that happened with all the dinosaurs and stuff in the world before Adam and Eve. It's stuck under permafrost. P-E-R, frost.
That permanent frost?
Yeah, but what it is it's why a cold blast came through here from the Most High from his nostrils, and as you were drinking, just say you were drinking Kool-Aid when it hit. When they find you, if that permafrost, well, it'll still have the liquid going down your throat as it froze in real time. You like this. You froze actually in time. Perfectly preserved. Is that in Isaiah? Yeah. What it say?
Permafrost is soil or underwater sediment which continuously remains below 0 degrees Celsius or 32 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 years or more. The oldest permafrost has gotta open it. The oldest permafrost had been continuously frozen for around 700,000 years.
How long?
700,000 years.
That's what they're estimating it at. This world we live in from Adam up to us only is 6,000 to 12,000 years. See, what they're trying to do is get back into Genesis 1:1 and what happened that caused that flood before Noah's flood. They brought Adam on the scene. There was a flood and chaos in the heavens that Lucifer called. That's where they're trying to get the permafrost. He froze them out. I'll fix it. I'll just freeze it all out. Your wickedness won't come back on this side. So every now and then a piece thaw out, but they find it in perfect state. I'm not talking about no what is that word? None of that is on it. No decomposition. None of it. Permafrost does that. Go ahead. What else says that? Is that it?
7,000 years.
Yeah, 700,000 years. While it's the shallowest permafrost has a vertical extent of below a meter, the deepest is greater than 1,500 meters or 4,900 feet.
The lowest is a meter. However, whatever that's measured about, that's the low. I mean, the closest you're going to get to probably digging up something. But the lowest is froze so deep under there in this perfect state. Most I say, I'll reveal it when it's time comes. But I have faith in y'all because y'all ain't going to believe it now in this sinful world anyway. I have to show you, then you believe. It's like your parents told you, I done told you. You just going to make me, okay. Why is it okay at that point? Why is belief magnified at that point when they be stretching it like, yeah, I'm about to get busy here. Get out of all them clothes. She can't mean my drawers on.
Yes, she means
starting to go through puberty.
Right.
Yes.
And she said, didn't I tell you to get out of all of them and strike them drawers flat out on your ankles, boy, like a helicopter blew them off. And they go to work. I want butt naked, and that's what the Most High want. Butt naked. You ain't gonna hide behind your fabulous robe. I want butt naked. Get out of them clothes. Yeah, that's what he told Aaron, didn't he? Well, boy, look here. He told Aaron, get out of them clothes. Get out of them. Let's get some more, y'all. Let's get caught up. We ain't got but a few minutes. John chapter 12, verse 1. Y'all, we're just talking about 11. Lazarus was raised from the dead. The resurrection was proven, y'all. And there's individuals out here that don't want y'all to believe that. They're called the Pharisees or modern day camp leaders. They want you to put all your soul trust into those individuals that's scared of the government. That's their only threat, ain't it, Elijah? The government gonna come, so we gotta get our weapons in. Go ahead, bro.
Terrified of 502.
Boy, look here, terrified of 5-0. You know why? Because 5-0 call them by their government name, Tyrone. You ain't the highest to the federal government. You Tyrone Johnson.
Now get your way.
Yeah, now do what, Elijah? Go ahead. Go ahead, bro.
John chapter 12, verse 1. Then Yahushua 6 days before the Passover came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, which had been dead, whom he raised from the dead. There they made him a supper, and Martha served. But Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him.
Now, I want y'all to see that Lazarus just sitting at the table like this. He got out the grave. What do y'all expect him to look like? Casper the ghost or Lazarus?
Because if everybody called him and said
it,
he must have looked just like he did before he died.
He's sitting there with a fork and a spoon just like this too with everybody else. When the Messiah came back, he said, touch me. Anybody got any meat around here? Can a ghost eat? See, that's what they don't want. Their mind can't picture in a twinkling of an eye. You go from this that's dying and showing war wound to that flesh of a baby that's 3 months old that make you could kiss that baby all over. But when you do an individual like that, you be like, this salty. What the hell? You need to get some garlic in you.
No, you need to wash your ass.
Yeah, that's what you need to do, Elijah. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Then took Mary a pound of ointment of spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Yahushua and wiped his feet with her hair. And the house was filled with the odor of the ointment. Then saith one of his disciples, Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him.
So you see how it identify him from the other Judases, because it's a common name. But Iscariot. See, we got a Judas, but we call him Judas N.I., or we just say N.I. Judas not Iscariot. Go ahead.
Why was this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor?
See, that's the charity he want to give. Y'all understand? Why was this not sold and we could have got 300 pence off of this and fed some more poor? But she's anointing the Messiah's feet. So you think it's better to take that ointment and sell it and give it to the poor or get the Messiah ready for his death?
Right. But he wasn't even concerned about the poor.
He wasn't concerned about that.
The money.
But I'm just talking about just to throw it as charity.
Right.
Like I'm caring about the poor for real. No, I want this Roman domination to end, and we need to stop all of this, and the Messiah need to do what he got to do so Rome can get off our back. But charity suffered long.
Yes,
he didn't have no long suffering. He wanted it now. But his heart was full of deceit. See, and that's what happened when you got freely the gift that Judas had, casting out demons and doing everything. But that spirit that was on him, Satan said, I used to be like you. I used to be just like you. But you see, I'm down here on earth now. I used to be just like you. But guess what? If me and you get together, we can take this thing. That's how easy the devil can convince you. They show us every drug movie. Right. Every pimp movie, and they show us the end, the penitentiary or the grave, but yet we head to what's that, Eleganza, the men of fashion. Some of y'all don't know about that. That was back in the day.
You went way back with that one.
See, but then you go get your Eleganza men of fashion and think I'm gonna be the pimp that don't get caught or go to the penitentiary.
You need to take off that suit then.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You're being identified.
That's what it is. Go ahead, bro.
Suits by Razales.
Yeah, Razales. That's what it was like. Razales. Yeah, that's what it was like. Yeah, you done watch Superfly. Now you at Razales. The baddest clothes in town. This gonna get you the woman too. Look,
me too.
Platinum, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, no.
And look, and then look, and then go do then go do a 20-year bid and come back and think Razales is still in style.
Right.
No,
Razales
clothes.
Right. No longer exists.
Boy, fishing the platforms. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yes.
This he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief.
Because he was a what?
Thief.
And
had the what? The bag. Is that what we chase today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Get the bag. Go after the bag. I'm gonna get that bag.
Term, didn't you?
See, that's what we talk. The Bible talk about wasted, and he's a mark. So you think this street language you done learn. Everything comes out of the Bible. It's the book of life. Them terms like that ain't just been learned by the 6ix9ine Deuce Crips or Bloods or whatever the hell it is. All of it come out of the Bible. That nigga's a mark, man. We're going to ride on him. It's in the Bible. He's a mark. Mark them that cause division. They're a mark. Let's get some more.
When Cain a mark?
You should be utterly wasted and destroyed.
Yes, sir.
I waste him, dog. Go ahead.
Verse 6.
Yeah.
This he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief
Uh-huh.
and had the bag and bare what was put therein. Then said Yahushua, let her alone.
What'd he say to him?
Leave her alone.
Uh-huh.
Against the day of my burying hath she kept it.
Now, you're my disciple and you don't know this. You got the gifts of the Holy Spirit. So what charity you talking about, man?
Right.
You gonna brag about you cast a demon out of somebody, the same demon that's got you hemmed up now.
That's right.
It's the same demon. Go ahead.
For the poor always ye have with you, but me ye have not always. Much people of the Jews therefore knew that he was there, and they came not for Yahushua's sake only, but that they might see Lazarus also, whom he had raised from the dead. But the chief priests.
But the who?
Chief priests consulted that they might put Lazarus also to death.
So Lazarus looked just like we're looking, like I heard that they're looking at him like he could die like a human being. We could put him back to death. It's just Lazarus again. But you can't die twice under this sun. You can't have two funerals. Because it's appointed, Hebrews 9:27, for a man to die once and then what? So Lazarus was in a twinkling of an eye, what 1 Corinthians 15:51 talk about, that let us hear this one thing, we all ain't going to taste death. But in the twinkling of an eye, we're going to be changed back into that immortal skin. Again, that's what Lazarus was sitting there with, that immortal skin. Adam before they sinned. Sitting there like this, ready to get busy, couldn't wait for Martha and Mary to get them victuals on the table. He's himself. He just has immortal skin. Now he's in angel status because he can't remarry. It's just brother and sister for him. So he was ascended up. Those are the saints that the Most High bring back. When you get into the Apocrypha, you'll see a lot of it. In the book of, was that Clement? In the book of Nicodemus, also, all of that Nicodemus about the 9th chapter on up, you'll see all of those that were resurrected. And they say the graves bust open. That's in the script. That a lot of the saints rose. Those are the saints that come back with him. 10,000 of them saints that got in on that resurrection before, after Christ's death. That the graves bust open. They didn't bust open until he was resurrected. Lazarus was the only one that officially came back after 3 days. When rigor mortis set in, you through. Like you hear people, they say, I died, but I came back. You wasn't dead.
Seconds.
You wasn't dead. 10 minutes, 10 hours. If you say it was 73 hours, then you talking about something. Because in 72 hours, rigor mortis set in, and it's locked. It's permafrost on this side. You understand what I'm saying, Elijah? Permafrost. Ain't nothing else we can do. We can beat on your chest. I was looking at what they did to Michael Jackson. They said they broke ribs and everything trying to bring him back to life. They worked on him for hours. Yes, they did, boy. Moonwalking. Look, I mean, they was handling him. Broke ribs and everything trying to get that heart back to beat back. But the script say, no, it's over. The breath is gone. Ain't none of y'all can beat on his chest till tomorrow. Worms will be here in 72 hours, and they'll be feasting on the flesh of. Yeah, you'll see who's bad. Let's get some more, bro.
Boy, you crazy.
Go ahead, bro.
Verse 11.
Yeah.
Because that by reason of him, many of the Jews went away and believed on Yahushua.
You see where the competition's at? He brought a man back to life. They hate this so bad that they want to kill him to keep their program running. That's the same thing these men of these camps do. They promise these youngsters out on them street corners that they going to have success and rulership over many out here screaming on the street corners. What fruit is it bearing, Elisha?
None. And these young brothers don't even have understanding of anything they read. Not one, man. And it's sad, it's disgusting.
They promote Israel in its wickedness.
Yes.
They champion the wickedness of Israel. All of our feats of ungodly acts, that's what they promote. How you gonna love your brother when you're in hot debates with him all the time and you say we can walk together, but you can believe whatever you want to believe, brother, and we still hang out together? Who can you trust, Lysa?
Right, you ain't finna trust them, especially if in wartime.
Get some more of this.
We're in a spiritual war.
Yes, sir.
You got to be able to trust your brethren that you walking with.
Right.
So y'all, what we saying also about Lazarus, if y'all got writings where that was funeral number 2, let us see it. But the script is what it say. He called up. He's as an angel. He looks just like us, but he was in supernatural form. Cause ain't nobody else been back to sit at the table like Lazarus. I ain't seen Tupac sitting at the table at the Golden Corral. Y'all seen Biggie?
No.
I saw a Biggie.
Yeah. Boy, say when you push back from the seat of that Golden Corral, it's gonna be a biggie. Yeah, Sirach chapter 14, y'all. We're going in the Apocrypha. Y'all, we're gonna speed this on up. Make sure we get done on that Nat Turner time. We already 14 minutes past that time. What you say, bro?
Yes, sir.
Y'all, and like we just went through the laws and different things to understand iniquity, now we're going through what's called statutes and judgment, and these are examples that explain the law so you don't get caught up into personal interpretation. The Bible don't need our interpretation. We ain't been here but a few days. How are we going to explain something on a level like that? We're explaining what we're reading, what's written, so that we don't go off the path. It's telling us, when these guys did this what happened. If you do this what's going to happen. Let's get it.
Sirach chapter 14.
Or Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, y'all.
We'll start at 1.
Yes, sir.
Sirach chapter 14, verse 1. Blessed is the man that hath not slipped with his mouth, and is not pricked with the multitude of sins. Blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Most High.
See, when your conscience condemn you, because like you can't get away from the right and wrong of the Most High. When your conscience condemn you, you feel and you go away from the Most High, like Judas Iscariot did. His conscience convicted him.
Yeah.
Once it was told to him, oh, so this charity you want to do, you want to sell this all for 300 pence. You want to sell all that don't even belong to you for 300 pence and give to the poor, do you? See, y'all understand what it's saying? When his heart was convicted, because when you see him, he tried to get the money back. Right. Heart convicted. I done did wrong. And them voices with me, yeah, you done went farther, boy. You done fulfilled prophecy. It's you. Exactly. You the one that was spoken in, what was that, Sirach, my familiar friend, your faith. That song.
Yeah, I can't remember.
He like, I'm the song. It wasn't that he was put in his mother's womb to be that. The door was open for the prophecy to be fulfilled. It's coming with the territory.
Somebody gonna
just like these camps know. Y'all know how many people they done sent down here. They got a few with that puff you up talk. Like, remember that meeting we had at Denny's? Yeah. They were down here on this puff you up talk.
Yeah.
Had robes for us and stuff. We sitting back looking like, boy, we just left a backyard event. And they dressed up. And we have puff you up robes for y'all too. We're like, man, you can go on with them Roselle clothes. We out of there.
We went Roselle.
Let's get some more, bro.
That was Psalm 41:9.
41:9. You know what I'm talking about. Go ahead.
Verse 3.
Yeah.
Riches are not comely for a nigger.
Riches are not comely for a nigger. A nigger is a very stingy individual. He's stingy to himself. Y'all understand? Before he buys some nail clippers, he'll take his sock off and just rub it across a brick wall that's kind of rough. I ain't buying no damn nail clippers.
That's a manicure right there.
It's a file right here on the side of this building. Go ahead, bro.
Riches are not comely for a nigga. And what should an envious man do with money?
What should an envious man do with money? Everything he has, he got all the money, but he want everything you got.
Right.
Man, I sure like that. Like, man, you could buy your own. You could have it spelled it down. But I like yours. I'll pay you for 10 times what it's worth. 10 times what it's worth, you can get everything you want on yours. But I want yours.
Like that boy Rick Ross. You gonna get famous off another man's name.
Yeah.
You don't want to turn over this man's name. That's this man's actual name.
Yes, sir.
But you want to pose as this man because you love the lifestyle.
Big Meat. Larry Hoover.
You want to emulate this man's lifestyle that got him convicted.
Right.
And everything. And then this man gets out and you don't want to turn over this man's name.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that's bad.
Go ahead, bro. Ain't that crazy, Elisha?
That's crazy.
This man got to go to court
To get his name back, his image. His image.
His image.
And lost.
And lost.
Yeah,
Sure
500
did,
grand it cost him to do that, and he lost.
Boy,
When Rick Ross could have just gave him a couple mil and said, "Here, man, I'm gonna use the name, take this bread." And,
He'd have
you
took
know.
it.
Well, I'll continue to pay you a,
Yes,
a
sir.
fee.
Right. Exactly.
Yes, sir. But that envious with money make you think you can just take what belongs to another individual because you got paper.
Ahab, King Ahab.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Verse 4.
Yeah.
He that gathereth by defrauding his own soul gathereth for others, that shall spend his goods riotously.
Look, spend his goods rioting. You thinking you stacking up for some future event that's gonna happen? You stacking up goods riotingly for somebody else. It's like Leave the World Behind, that movie.
Yeah.
Everybody that had them stored up bunkers or something, guess where they was at? In the city. Shopping. Can't get to them.
Right.
And if I'm out there in the woods, it's gonna be rioting. Look, it's food everywhere. Somebody done left us a blessing. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 5.
Yeah.
He that is evil to himself.
He that is what?
Evil to himself.
Right.
To whom will he be good?
Right.
He shall not take pleasure in his good.
Yes, sir.
There is none worse than he that envieth himself, and this is a recompense of his wickedness.
Because he hate himself so much that he'll put somebody over him. This how much I hate me. I need somebody to correct me. That's worse than me.
Or one that hates his own wife,
Yeah.
because his wife is him.
Yeah.
They two shall be one flesh.
Yes, sir.
So if you mistreating your wife, then you doing evil to yourself.
Yes, sir. That's what the script say.
Yeah, that's what the script say.
What man hateth his own flesh.
Right.
And what we're talking about is hate. And even if you do it on the level of the Most High, to love less, how do you love her less than yourself, other than the hierarchy, how it holds to be? Man is the head of woman. That's the only way.
Right.
That's the only way. But with order, if that's understood, then it ain't no misunderstanding. But they try to dramatize this. I'm over you. I'm over you.
You are my possession.
You my possession.
I own you.
I own you.
If you
But
really
yet
did, you wouldn't even have to
Genesis-
say it.
There
Yet
you go.
Genesis
There you go.
3:17, they will not teach it to their youngsters. They will not. They rather put them on the corner like female sell-it-all women's.
Right.
And they have them youngsters out there just like that, working what they think is work of the Most High, what they think is charity. You don't need alls for your flesh. You need all in your lamps for your spiritual life.
That's right.
Not fleshly alls that they out there selling on the corner all day. And then if you got that one scoundrel that will come through and call it sack day, that means the little money you was going to get to take home to your family,
Put it in.
I gets it all because high priest say it's sack day today. You go home with nothing.
Give me your bag.
See, that's niggardly.
Second back.
That's one that envy himself. And you think that the Lord would actually ordain an individual to come after he just got through watching Yogi Berra and decide, it's Saturday, ain't it? Man, let's go around and see what they doing. And they pull around in the car you wish you had. Saturday!
It's going to be sock day.
And then then you have individuals that say, I start hiding money in my sock on sack day. So now what does this do for you for the Lord? Because my consciousness says I'm out here for the Lord, but yet I'm stashing money from the men he put in charge. How does that make sense?
That ain't the sock I was talking about.
Boy, I know it. I know what you talking about, but I'm just saying their consciousness let you know that they knew it wasn't right. I start hiding money because how am I be out here for 8 hours and go home with nothing and that baby got that same pamper on?
Oh, Lord.
It's going to be a stink.
I was told to bring some Pampers home. Now you get home and look like a rack of pool balls in that Pamper.
It probably is a whole rack.
Boy, let's keep moving. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Boy, look here, corner pocket. Go ahead, bro. You crazy.
Verse 7. And if he doeth good.
If he do what?
If he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly.
See,
Yeah.
when it's the law is not grievous.
Yeah.
It don't make you do anything. It's free will. If you want to live, you'll do it. If you want to die, you do the opposite. Go ahead.
And at the last he will declare his wickedness. The envious man hath a wicked eye. He turneth away his face and despiseth men. A covetous man's eye is not satisfied with his portion. And the iniquity of the wicked dried up his soul.
And that's what you always see. We in it making money. All of the drug dealer shows power, all of them. Always at the end. Let's take over this corner. Let's get everybody's money.
Right, right.
You going to eat your cornbread.
Boy, you going to eat your cornbread. Go ahead.
A wicked eye envieth his bread.
What do he do, Elisha?
Envieth his bread. And he is a niggard at his table.
He's a niggard at his table. See, because with all that money, all that dope he's selling, he only give out turkeys one day of the year. Wait a minute, so you think this going to accomplish the other 364 days you selling heroin?
That you killing us?
That you killing us with it? This niggardly event, you think this is what it's going to be?
And then half of them that's getting the turkey ain't even got no place to cook it.
Boy, look at it. They selling the turkey.
Right.
And guess what happened the next day? It starts up all over again.
Yes, sir.
I hope y'all enjoyed the turkeys, the free turkeys.
No, it don't start on. It starts later that evening after the turkeys
You
run out.
sure right, Elisha.
Where my money?
Yes, sir. Get your mattress. Where my money? Let's get it. Where we at?
Verse 11. My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself.
According to thy ability. Don't go over your means.
Right.
Don't try to impress nobody.
Right.
How you got a Land Rover and a landlord. Some things you just got to put into perspective. Go ahead, bro.
Yes, sir.
Don't buy a house before you buy it.
Boy, look at it.
Oh, wow.
It's like $300 for Jordan, and you standing on the bus stop. I mean, it's problematic, especially when they riding by. They like, and then they ride by twice. You like, they finna get my wheels,
Man. Right.
and they get out of them.
I mean, but you see it often, man. You see $1,000 cars sitting in the driveway of a broke down apartment.
Boy, look here.
2-family flat,
And
4-family flat, boarded up halfway, but Benzos, Beamers,
72
Lexuses
Chevy
sitting
on
outside, sitting on chrome and everything.
72 Chevys on 42s, just cruising that same circle.
Right.
Coke Bridge, Martin Luther King,
Ain't left
and just
3 mile radius.
Just that same radius.
Right.
Boy, look here. Go ahead, brother.
Boy.
Israel, oh Israel. Go ahead.
Okay. Remember verse 12. No, let me hit 11 again. My son, according to thy ability, do good to thyself, and give the Most High his due offering.
And I had one guy, he used to say, I mean, he didn't care what happened. He used to say, treat yourself, don't cheat yourself.
Right.
But that still has a line you have to be by. You can't be, like I say, in a fur coat and them red envelopes in your mailbox from Union Electric.
Right.
See, but I guess your mind say, well, I'll just sleep in the coat when they turn the lights off, you know.
You gonna have
but
to
but
when they
look,
turn the heat
oh
on.
boy, but that's the mindset to impress somebody.
You're supposed to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but if your labor ain't getting that kind of fruit, you're going to have a problem.
See, and that mindset is called berserk. Look, just look that word up for me, Zeb. Berserk. B-E-R-Zerk.
Yeah, it's a B-U-R.
Just so y'all understand where this mindset come in, but I'm going to tie it in to where the word came from so that we get an understanding. When you see a poor man doing that, it's called poor man's pride. It's trying to make you think I got something that's detrimental to my own expense. Why would I put myself in that position and it's only going to last a day and then I'm right back where I started? You know, it's just for a day. I look like a king for a day.
Right.
What'd it say?
Berserk. Out of control with anger or excitement. A wild frenzy.
See, and where berserk came from is them Scandinavian Vikings. After they would kill a bear, they would put bear skin over them. And they would charge down the hill screaming and hollering just like he described. And they used to say, here they come with them bear shirts. And it turned to going berserk. But it was always the ones that had on them bear shirts. So in a like manner, we wear them bear shirts to make everybody think with fear. And like, oh, here he come with the bear shirts on. He got his furs on and gaiters and like you say, but he living in an abandoned house.
Right.
Who he fooling?
Himself.
Himself. Right. Look, once the club over, he just wanders around in the parking lot. Yeah, parking lot pimping. I mean, ain't nothing else there. And then finally go away. The life is in around the people, but you can't be envious to yourself. You have to understand, a good night's sleep beat all the fun in the world. You got somewhere to lay your head.
That's right.
Go ahead, bro. Read some more of this.
What was it, on 12?
Yeah.
Remember that death will not be long in coming, and that the covenant of the grave is not showed unto thee. Do good unto thy friend before thou die.
Do what?
Do good unto thy friend before thou die.
Ain't no need in hooting and hollering at the funeral. And Jimmy, if I had to know, Jimmy, I'm your boy. In the 8th grade, Jimmy, you didn't tell me you was leaving here. Jimmy didn't know.
He ain't seen you since the 8th grade.
You got to do good, right, while your friend is alive, and they going to do no good to you telling them how much and all of that. It's one thing if that's the life you're talking about. It's a difference if you're saying, and how me and him would do. But when you're explaining, I ran out of time, Jimmy. You know how Jimmy, you know me, and you died on me, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're actually blaming him for dying before you could show your friendship.
Right.
No, a friend is every day.
That's right.
A friend ain't just a fair weather friend. As long as things going good, I'm your partner. No, a friend there when the storm is at its worst. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's your partner. You knock on the door and you show up, boy, and ain't ate. And he like, I see you on that fast and trouble diet you on right now. I'm talking about where so much problem you can't eat. You're force fasting. See, the Most High get fasting out of you one way or another. But that friend that's at the door and say, I hear you got trouble. I'm here to see what I can do to help you out. Been praying for you. Well, let me see what else I can do for you. That's a friend, not show up. Man, I heard you hit pick 3 midday. I was just saying, if you're looking for some gators, I know where to get them. I know the new Rosales. No, see, you over here for something else.
But if you want to fast,
yeah.
Fall in love.
Oh, boy, look here. That's what we talking about.
That's a fast.
That love gone bad fast. Boy, you can't eat no frosted flakes.
Frosted flakes.
You know what I'm saying? Flakes, y'all. Well, look here, y'all know what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
That fasting gonna come on you whether you want it to or not. But it has to get your attention and focus on what's causing you to do these type of things. And that's what say fast and cleanse the soul. You just don't want to get in that mindset and you start talking about killing the individual.
Right.
I can't have you, nobody can. Now we talking carry. Shalom, sis. Go ahead, let's read some more, y'all. We got called. We ain't got number 15 minutes. Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Yeah.
Do good unto thy friend before thou die. And according to thy ability, stretch out thy hand and give to him.
Y'all see the word ability keep coming up. That means don't go over your means. I don't care what type of shape somebody in. Man, and they say, man, 500 by 6 o'clock. I got $26.75 I can give you to cut into that 500. No, you got more than that. Pawn your rings. I'm not going to pawn my ring. But I can help you.
It's going to be Sunday.
But I can help you cut into that 500. I got $26.75. Will that help you, friend? That'll help. That'll help. Now all you need is 470 something. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
But if you give him all that and tomorrow come and he don't deliver, no, you can't have them take away your bed and then he's okay. Y'all understand? Now the drama's on you that he was experiencing. Give according to thy ability. They won't hate you for it because you got it. That don't mean you ain't got it to just give away or you wouldn't have it. To thy ability. Because for one, we got to go over what got you in this position.
That's right.
Why your love gone bad like this?
Let's stay out all night.
Boy, look here. Listen to Albert Einstein think he can beat the speed of light, get home before the sun come up. Nope. And if you do get home while it's still dark outside, you're going to see a cigarette light up. Where you been? Let's get some more, y'all. Go ahead.
Verse 14. Defraud not thyself of the good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee. Shalt thou not leave thy travails unto another, and thy labors to be divided by a lot? Give and take, and sanctify thy soul. For there is no seeking of dainties in the grave.
None of this in the grave where you go. Ain't gonna be no do-overs in the grave. You gotta make up your mind now how you gonna rock this thing out, so to speak. Ain't no dainties in the grave. All you heard in Junior you was about, I was gonna promote you if you hadn't died. Junior ain't hearing none of that. There's no dreams of Junior running the plant.
No.
His supervision days are over. Let's get some more.
And that verse 14 is just like when in Ecclesiastes, when Solomon say, if you labor, enjoy the fruits of your labor.
Yes, sir.
Don't defraud yourself, not because you in the word. See, a lot of people think just because you're into the scriptures that you're supposed to defraud yourself of your own desires.
Yes, sir.
The desires of living a good life.
According to your ability.
According to your ability.
I gave my life to the Lord. I don't need no car.
Well, yeah.
I'm supposed to suffer.
I mean,
right.
Or you defraud yourself out of just having a good time.
Yes, sir.
Enjoying
Just
yourself. You think
all
that you
the
ain't
time.
supposed to enjoy
Right.
yourself. You can't. Oh man, we ain't supposed to drink no wine or nothing like that. The scripts say drink wine to make the heart merry.
They say don't
We
be drunk.
gonna be
That's the
leaving.
problem. You don't know how to stop.
Right.
We gonna be leaving this
Don't know
king.
your limitations.
The Most High gonna come and get us soon. Why should I buy some new furniture? And I'm talking about you sitting in that same old furniture. I'm talking about the cushion so worn. You know how the armrest is up here. This how to owe you this something. And you watching TV like this.
I ain't seen no your couch.
Man, I ain't buying no new couch, man. The
my
Most High
knees
be
hurt.
here soon. Why get swag and go that money?
You ain't get enough from that. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 9:9 is what Elijah talking about. It
Yes,
says,
sir.
live joyfully with the wife whom thou lovest all the days of thy life of thy vanity,
Yeah.
which he hath given thee under the sun,
Yes,
all
right.
the days of thy vanity.
Uh-huh.
For that is thy portion in this life,
Yeah.
and thy labor which thou takest under the sun.
Now read Genesis 3:17, somebody real quick, because this is what's happening to this new generation. They want Genesis 3:16, the woman to submit, but 3:17, they're giving her that too. She need to cash me out. This is what they're teaching. The woman cashes me out. She's 17 too. See, Moses made a mistake. She was supposed to be Genesis 3:16 and 17. But read Genesis 3:17.
Genesis 3, chapter 17. Chapter 3, verse 17. And unto Adam he said, because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In sorrow shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field. In the sweat of thy face.
In the what?
In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread, till thou return unto the ground.
So that's saying she got this curse, but your curse is because you won't listen. You had good tillage. What you were doing was getting spiritual knowledge. You wouldn't have had to want for nothing. But since you want to play with the dark side, you're going to work like the dark side. Everything you do, man, you're going to have to hit the field. You're going to have to work. You're going to have to be the provider. But this Pharisee doctrine, these new camp doctrines, she cashes me out. And that's how they get all these youngsters. They'll have them in a group, and they'll have a woman come down, and she'll peel off some money to this individual in front of the rest of them, and they hooting like some seals waiting on some fish. Ooh, she cashing them out with 200.
That ain't cashing out.
It's to them because they niggardly to themselves.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. This is the avenue that they going off. It's like Jacob say they lazy boy lassoers. They sit back like a cowboy in a house, all of them packed up in one house, and then it's the lazy boy lasso. They sitting right there. As soon as that individual slop in the chair, and then he had to pee and get up, they wait right like that, and they do that like a cow, and lasso that lazy boy. Now when he come out, they in. This goes on, packed up in houses like this, y'all, and it's the way of the Lord.
That's some nigger behavior.
Because they won't, and we understand there's sometimes you can't get out there, but they got provisions for that. But Genesis 3:17, that's why the law say it's the setup point for help was for the fatherless and the widows, not for the man.
For you.
Child support ain't started here in America. No. Child support was at home. We only taking care of the woman and the child that don't have no father.
Right.
That's in Jerusalem. That ain't started in America. No. The responsibility was there. We're not going to pay for a grown man. Y'all understand that can help himself. That's a difference.
Right. Versus
somebody that was injured.
Right.
But just you in good shape?
No, bro.
You're expert at fingernail popping? Man, I ain't doing shit out there. It got me twisted. Got me messed up.
She better go to work.
Yeah, fingernail pop.
So that's why they like pop.
Look here, get some hamburger pimping with that boy. It's a whole nother level.
Right. Yes, bro. They can get multiple young girls to work on their behalf.
Yeah. Cash them out.
But they're all in one house.
And what is he delivering but 2 or 20 minutes?
And the cat that's promoting is big time who has a book. The unspoken rules.
Unspoken.
Yeah.
Now I asked him, I said, man, if you have multiple wives, you know you have to provide for each one of those wives their own house, car, whatever the first one has.
Yeah. Right.
That second one, the third one, and the fifth one gets all the same as
yes, sir.
I ain't giving none of them nothing.
Bro said, I ain't giving none of
them. You know why?
Nothing. I ain't buying them. Yeah.
You know why? Because he went to the book that he wrote of men of.
Well, this was even before he even journeyed on his mission.
Well,
this before when he only had one wife.
Didn't he say if you ain't got multiple wives, you weak?
See, and this is what I'm saying. It started to
but
be
he got 5 wives with 1 child.
Look here.
Who's really weak?
Look, what we talking about 2 lives with all them women, how you gonna go to work?
Who's really weak?
It don't cut off your responsibilities. You're gonna have to go to work. Your work can't be in the bedroom.
He ain't working there either.
That ain't work.
Only got one job.
That's what I'm saying.
That was here.
And that job, you spending too much time at the water cooler. You're making excuses for the beats I ate or something. This why this one got to wait till next month. See, y'all, all of this started rejoicing off iniquity. Who did polygamy start with? Cain's offspring.
Son.
Lamech. So rejoicing off of iniquity. Adam didn't do it. He lived with the same woman for 960 years. Abraham did it for 90 years with the same woman before he was told that. Jacob did it for 20 years for one woman, and the other came in through confusion. All the 12 tribes, only 2 of them had multiple. So where is that doctrine coming from?
Out of the flesh.
Out of the what?
Flesh.
That'll make me a king if I walk in public like that with a bunch of women.
But if that makes you a king, you're not following the laws of the king, which said not to multiply wives unto thyself.
Yep. That's it. Yep.
Let's get some more of this, y'all. Get on out of here. We got a couple more we need to hit, real important. Go ahead.
17?
17. Yeah, 17. All flesh waxeth old as a garment.
What do all flesh do?
Waxeth old as a garment. For the covenant from the beginning is, thou shalt die the death.
Ain't nothing you can do to preserve this flesh. See, that's what plastic surgery doing, and it's killing people. See, all they doing is what we used to do in the mirror after you get so old and you stand in the mirror, you do like this. Boy, this is how I used to look when I was 14. The only way you can make this permanent is to go to a doctor and he'll pull your skin back and sew it up back there and you be looking like this. Pull your eyes up to it, just look like you said, you said,
And it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna last. It's gonna sag right back down.
And what your birth certificate say with that skin pulled back? What your birth certificate say like?
That ain't changed.
You old.
Right.
Look like who? Go ahead. Pop it out. Go ahead. Verse 18, Elisha.
As of the green leaves on a thick tree, some fall and some grow. So is the generation of flesh and blood. One cometh to an end and another is born. Every work rotteth and consumeth away, and the worker thereof shall go withal. Blessed is the man that doth meditate good things in wisdom, and that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding.
Reasoning of holy things by understanding. Understanding means the light bulb clicked on, I got it. I know how it works. Go ahead.
He that considereth her ways in his heart shall also have understanding in her secrets. Go after her as one that traceth, and lie in wait in her ways. Talk about wisdom.
Yes, sir.
He that prieth in at her windows shall also hearken at her door.
That's where you want to be a peeping Tom at. In wisdom. Not looking in other men's matters.
Right.
Peeping through the window. That's called a pedophile. A puffyphile. Go ahead, brother.
He that doth lodge near her house.
Go ahead.
He that doth lodge near her house shall also fasten a pin in her wall.
Yeah.
He shall pitch his tent nigh unto her, and shall lodge in a lodging where good things are. He shall set his children under her shelter, and shall lodge under her branches. By her he shall be covered from heat, and in her glory shall he dwell. So
when we talk about this, is just now comparing her above Ezekiel 31 when it's talking about the cedar tree. She's above that. And you see what those high boughs do. It's shelter and different things. Wisdom is above that. That's the only earth of wisdom that these men on these earth that call themselves big shot had. As far as that cedar tree, but wisdom goes above that tree.
That's right.
Let's get to 17, y'all. We might not read it all, Elisha. We may just read down to 17.
Where we going, man?
Chapter 17.
That's the rock.
Chapter 17, right?
Yeah.
Sirach chapter 17 and 1.
And it keeps telling us we're only here for a short period of time, y'all. Y'all got to make it. You got to hit it and quit it. Y'all understand what I'm saying? It's a short time before you know it, this life is over. When you look up again, you say, is that your grandson graduating from high school? Then you think about yourself, where them years go? Where did them years go? Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus Sirach chapter 17 verse 1. The Most High created man of the earth and turned him into it again. He gave them few days and a short time and power also over the things therein. He endued them with strength by themselves and made them according to his image.
How did he make them?
According to his image. And put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over beasts and fowls.
So when you hear foolish doctrines of animals ought to be in charge, or you come from beasts, it's tomfoolery. He put us in charge of we have everything in a zoo. The animals don't have us in a zoo.
Right.
Why you believe dolphins are smarter than humans, and we got them on display? Got them begging for fish and bagging it. Then they got you in there doing it. And you throwing them best steakhouse menu. You going backwards. Hey man, it's tomfoolery. And then they start teaching doctrines on beast level.
Yeah.
That stank doctrine. Don't wash your rear end or brush your teeth because you're living like a beast. And you start saying things, we weren't born with watches or rings, so you're saying we're born like a beast? Shouldn't be drinking cup. We ought to be eating our food on our hands and it's tomfoolery, y'all. Water sandwiches and just tomfoolery, and you go for anything other than the truth of the Most High. Go ahead, Elisha.
Verse 5. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Most High. And in the 6th place, he imparted them understanding. And in the 7th, speech and interpreter of cogitations thereof.
So we was equipped with everything we needed. Go ahead.
Counsel and a tongue and eyes, ears, and a heart gave he them to understand.
So why would you be chasing or have that give us a king spirit and you locked and loaded with all this? Right. Ain't nothing from learning from the wise because they learned it from somebody. It ain't like they the originators of it.
Right.
What Moses wrote down is from all of the prophets from Adam up to his time. Right. He wrote about Methuselah and Enoch, but all he was did, this is what Enoch, this what Moses ain't writing the Bible. He just recording what happened years ago. He was showed that in a vision, and he just started writing it down. He's not writing his own history or no future. He's writing down what happened in the past for our benefit. So we know why we in this condition. And quit taking it back to the niggardly status, the plantation. Black History Month, a whole month starting at the plantation, and now where you at right now? Where we at right now? George Floyd?
That's where it stops at.
Let's get some more.
Withal, he filled them, verse 7. Withal, he filled them with the knowledge of understanding, and showed them good and evil. He set his eye upon their hearts, and that he might know them, might show them the greatness of his works. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding.
See, to declare his works, why I'm doing this, it ain't got nothing to do with me. It ain't me, it's him that moveth within me. Only way I can do this. That's what you have to declare. But when you start declaring me, and I'm to understand everything that's being said here is because you've been shopping at Rozelle's? Let's get some more.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
And the elect shall praise his holy name. Besides this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for inheritance.
Y'all see what he gave us for a heritage? The law and life. Y'all, if you pass that down to your children, what's the use of passing them $1 billion and they crazy? They'll dope it all up and have a heart attack in a dope house and got that funding. If it ain't nobody else to give it to, guess who the state give it to? Charity.
Right.
Go ahead.
Just finished 11. No, you had 11, if I'm not mistaken.
12. Yeah.
Oh, okay, my bad.
He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgment. Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory, and their ears heard his glorious voice. And he said unto them, beware of all unrighteousness.
Well, some unrighteous.
All unrighteousness.
Just a little bit on the
all
side.
All unrighteousness. And he gave every man commandment concerning his neighbor. Every man
concerning his neighbor. Y'all, he like, look, y'all live together. You can't come up here to heaven with me. Y'all live on earth. Earth is my footstool. Y'all got to see if y'all know how to obey down there before I allow y'all for me to take my foot off of y'all. If y'all can't live together like that, then it's a problem. These laws are so you can live with your brother. But if you say these laws are done away with like modern Christianity, oh, the laws are done away with, then how can you find peace and love with your brother or who you can call your neighbor? How is it possible?
It ain't no peace in Christianity.
Nor in Hebrew Christianity.
Because it doesn't adhere to the laws of Elohim, which is love. So it dictates its own love.
Yes, sir.
Its own understanding of love, which ain't love at all. Because you see the people in the church houses think they better than each other.
Yeah.
They like
yes,
Isaiah
sir.
65 stand, thou by thyself, for I am holier than thou.
Yes, sir. A smoke in his nose. Yes, sir.
Smoke in his nose all the day long. So the church, the religions, and in Hebrew Christianity, all teaches the same thing. You know, it's about what can you do for me?
Yeah.
What can you do for me? Because it's all about self.
Yes, sir. If it wasn't, there would be nothing called a debate. The disciples didn't debate.
No.
When some came up, the Most High gave them a parable immediately to get rid of the debate. Two men went up into the temple, one this, one that. That's what he did to end debates, Elijah. You know what I'm talking about?
But if you notice in debates, it's always trying to prove who's right.
Yeah,
right.
Not what's right.
And give the Most High his glory. It never ends in that, giving Elohim the praise and glory.
No, it
because
doesn't.
There's never no ending of understanding in that. Because it's about who's right, not what's right, and which is the scripture.
Yes, sir.
The scripture's going to break down, it's going to interpret its own way.
Yes,
you don't
sir.
need to support it. All you have to do is tell an individual to read on. Just read the whole chapter.
Yes, sir.
It's going to break down exactly what he's talking about. If it doesn't do it in that particular chapter, go to the next one. It's going to clear it up.
Yes, sir.
Just read on.
And then you won't end up being a janky promoter. You won't have to worry about your disc getting thrown out the window.
Right.
See how it's saying in the street.
Yeah. Y'all understand? And then somebody else had to get the party popping. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. He packed the house, but you the promoter. Let's get some more.
Verse 15.
Yeah.
Their ways are ever before him, and shall not be hid from his eyes. Every man from his youth is given to evil. Neither could they make to themselves fleshly hearts for stoning. For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people. But Israel is the Most High's portion. Y'all
understand that? We set apart. This what the whole world hate. We his inheritance out of all the nations on earth. This don't make us no better than them. It's just that he say we the favorite child. He said, if an evil man know how to give good gifts to their children, how much more your heavenly Father? But he said, good gifts. If an evil man give good gifts to his children. If somebody say, I love the devil, and their child graduates summa cum laude and they buy them a car, is anything wrong with that? Unless they got it off of Satan's money. But what I'm saying is, if an evil man give good gifts to his children, how much more our Father to us if we do right? So gift giving is what gift giving is for, I believe you deserve this and it ain't no pain for me. But these record labels and Puff Daddy, he ain't giving you that option. Because you got to tell him no. And if you don't, let's get some more, y'all. Go ahead, Elisha.
Verse 18.
Yeah.
Whom being his firstborn, he nourisheth with discipline.
What he nourished with?
Discipline. And giveth him the light of his love, doth not forsake him. Therefore all their works are as the sun before him, and his eyes are continually upon their ways. None of their unrighteous deeds are hid from him, but all their sins are before the Most High. But the Most High being gracious, and knowing his workmanship, neither left nor forsook them, but spared them.
What'd he do?
Spared them. The alms of a man is as a signet with him, and he will keep the good deeds of man as the apple of the eye, and give repentance to his sons and daughters. Afterwards he will raise up and reward them, and render their recompense upon their heads. But unto them that repent, he granted them return.
Y'all see that? If you repent, turn away from evil. That's what repent means, to turn away. Forgiveness is totally different. Forgiveness say, I ain't going to do that no more. Repentance means, and watch, I ain't going to do it no more. I'm going to turn away from that. I ain't going to never go down that block no more. Go ahead.
But unto them that repent, he granted them return, and comforted those that failed in patience. Return unto the Most High, and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face, and offend less.
Yeah.
Turn again to the Most High, and turn away from iniquity. For he will lead thee out of darkness into the light of health, and hate thou abomination vehemently. Who shall praise the Most High in the grave?
Read that again.
Who shall praise the Most High in the grave? Instead of them which live and give thanks. Thanksgiving perisheth from the dead, as from one that is not. The living and sound in heart shall praise the Most High. How great is the loving kindness of the Most High Elohim, and his compassion unto such as turn again in holiness. For all things cannot be in men, because the Son of Man is not immortal.
Read that again.
For all things cannot be in men, because the Son of Man is not immortal.
Because we're not immortal. So we have to ask for the gift that will make us immortal. See, right now we're in a natural state like Adam. Then Adam became pre-to-natural. Zeb, if you will, give me a pre-to-natural and supernatural. Natural is natural state. You come from dust. Dust technically is invisible. You have to kind of wipe it off to see it. But dust is the residue of dirt. So he didn't take dirt. He took dust, which is almost invisible, and formed us from the residue of dirt, which is dust. That's what we return to. You do like this, it's gone, ain't it? Right. So that's what he formed us for. That's what we return back to. Nothing, so to speak. But immortality, that's your soul. Yes. That's formed perfectly. It don't have no hiccups in it. Ain't no sickle cell. Ain't no high blood pressure. It's perfect. If you get paralyzed in this flesh, on Judgment Day, you're going to be standing up at Judgment Day so that you can bow down. You're not going to roll up there in a wheelchair and the Most High, nigga, the angel's going to be, Lord have mercy. He going to throw him in the lake of fire. He coming up in the wheelchair. Nope. He going to walk up there. That smartest man they talking about, that be talking through this and say he's the smartest man in the world, he going to be like this to answer them questions. Out of that wheelchair, get down on your knees. And he's going to have to bow down. Everybody going to be like that because the soul is made perfect. He's not judging the flesh on Judgment Day. It's your immortal soul that's in his perfect image that decided to take that other road. That's what's going to be judged. And he's going to show you your thoughts, not what you did. He's going to show you how you were thinking it. Like you think somebody can read your mind in this world. Wait till he show you your mind. Just going to be a video right there of you thinking this. You looking like Kathleen Chancellor on The Young and the Restless. You know how they had that evil look when they be looking up into space. I found this out from my research. That's what they were telling me. You know, and they look at that wicked look, you know, looking from side to side on how I can do more evil continually. Go ahead, Lice.
That's why you knew our first and last name.
Yes, sir.
Preternatural. Existing outside of nature.
existing outside of nature. That's what they say when they see us run the 100-yard dash. They say that's outside of nature. When they see Deion Sanders run backwards faster than most men could run forward, they say that's a gift of God. That's outside this nature. When Floyd Mayweather do that shoulder roll and that shoulder get out of the way and the chin from a powerful punch, you can't teach that in the gym. It's not possible. It's possible to try to do it, but it's the gift of the speed of the reflexes. Right when you think it's finna land, it get out of the way, it go by like that. And this guy get tired after missing for a while. Now he get frustrated because he can't hit you because you doing like this. And then you start hitting them with them ones, you shaking your head, it ain't hurt. But 10 of them, it don't hurt, and you missing, pretty soon the ref gonna be 215, 216. That's how long you gonna be out. The janitor's gonna be cleaning up. 217. Yeah. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
We gotta take this.
Go ahead, bro. Let's finish this up, y'all. We ain't got but 15 minutes.
Verse 31.
What's happening? I said that about an hour ago. Go ahead. I'm telling y'all 15 for sure, because we got to get out of here.
What is brighter than the sun?
What is what?
Brighter than the sun.
Uh-huh.
Yet the light thereof faileth, and flesh and blood will imagine evil. He vieweth the power.
What will imagine evil, Elijah?
Flesh and blood will imagine evil. He vieweth the power of the height of heaven, and all men are but earth and ash.
But all men, he looking to get up there. That's where they want to go. I want to go up there where supernatural at. But you flesh and blood can't go up there and exist. Right. That's why y'all in capsules, a different thing. You ain't never heard of an angel, and the angel came down with a spacesuit on. He could switch mortality. Shalom, my D.
Shalom, bro.
Y'all, this last one, James chapter 1, verse 13. We'll hold for homework. Y'all read that whole 40th chapter of Sirach. But we're just going to end with this James chapter 1, verse 13, because it all comes down to how these individuals get a control over your soul, and you give it to them because the lust, that's what they pick out of you. Men could come around and study a whole group and see what happened. They have women come in to see who eyes look up, and you know, it's like that cartoon, you know, where the wolf eyes used to come out like they look, ahooga, and then they go back in his head, ahooga. They looking for them ahooga eyes. They like, we got him.
We got one.
Yeah, and we got him.
They send the simple horse.
Yes, sir. They say, send me 3 ahoogas out here. Shalom, y'all. Send me 3 ahoogas out here, and we know we got them. And that's what they did around here. Some ahoogas in tight dresses.
They went to run.
Yes, sir.
Licking eyebrows.
Yes, sir. Like windshield whoppers. Like. Go ahead, bro. James chapter 1, verse 13.
James 1 and 13.
Yes, sir. Hold on, I hear a few pages.
Probably real loud.
It's so loud he can feel,
Yes,
he can feel the wind.
Yes, you have to be saying your word Hebrew, James. You have to be singing your ABC. Go ahead.
James chapter 1, verse 13.
Y'all, and see, start at verse 12, Elisha. And that's all of Sirach 40, but that's y'all homework. Do read that whole chapter of Sirach 40, and that's going to tie this up in a nutshell, and you'll understand why you chase wants versus the Most High. The Most High don't give out wants, he give out needs. That's right. He said, I give you what you need, not what you want. If you want some, sacrifice.
Right.
Give up something to get something you want. But the Most High don't give out wants. He give out needs. Because you're in his image. He's a man. M-A-N. Meeting all needs. So that's what a man does. Meet all needs for his survival. And if he get married, for his woman. You meet all needs. Now if you get that other M-A-N, a mooching, a Negro, you got to work with something else here. That's a build-a-bear program.
Yeah, that's a liability.
I'm going to show him how to be that. I'm going to build him up. No, you're building him up to leave you for somebody else.
You have to go through the same old thing.
Yes, sir. Let's get some more.
James chapter 1, verse 13.
12, start at 12.
12.
Yeah.
Blessed is the man that endureth temptation.
Blessed is the man that endure. That means every time it comes up, like, man, I told y'all, man, go on with that. Let me out the car, though. Go ahead.
For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Most High hath promised to them that love him.
So, when you endure temptation, that's when the crown of life comes. It came for Abraham. It came for Jacob. When he wrestled with the angel, it came for Abraham when the calf was split, endure the temptation, sacrifice Isaac, endure all the temptation. Then a man is blessed. So you're not getting out of this. Every man is going to have his personal temptation. That's what the Lord say. You believe me. We can't promote that for you. You can't get it because it's going to come to you in your sleep or in your dreams, and it's going to regulate your flesh. And you'll be the one to tell everybody, I'm turning over a new leaf.
Well, Sirach 2 said, if a man set his heart on the Most High, set his heart on temptation, because it's coming.
Yeah, it's coming. But you have to, in the end, say, it was well worth it.
Yeah.
Look where I'm at now.
Right.
But temptation, you can't tempt the Lord. I'm going to see if he with me. I'm going to walk in front of Highway 70, right over there by the Pancake House and
He ain't gonna be with you.
where the Metro Link thing
I
at.
wouldn't advise you.
Yeah.
Say he wasn't hungry that
Don't
day.
tempt the Lord.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
just
gonna
always
get
say
one
what
more
hungry that
pancakes.
day. Yeah, let's get some more. Go ahead,
You gonna be a ping pong ball.
What makes you think I wanted the
Yeah.
cakes? Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of Elohim. For Elohim cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempted he any man.
So when you hear an individual tell you, I'm taking the place of God right here, that's a temptation of a man. You tell him, no, I don't believe that. And walk away. What is he going to offer? And he got medicine in his pocket.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
See, it's not my lust, it's not their lust, it's not his lust, it's your lust that they entice you with. The devil know what you like. He heard you whisper. You whisper it what you like. The rejoices in iniquity, you're whispering and toasting. Man, shit, me too, dog. Shit. Me too, dog. Shit. We had individuals around here believing books of white Freemasonry mixed up with Hebrews that just a host of buddies, and they all like this. To who?
Right.
They didn't know.
To who but the buddy God?
Right. The buddy God. Wearing buddies.
Wearing buddies. Yes, sir. Go ahead. Coexisting. Yes, sir.
Then, when lust has conceived.
When lust has done what?
Conceived.
See, it's using these words because it wants you to tie it into what you think about. Lust has conceived. When lust conceived, that means it makes pregnant. So when lust, you go after, just use the example, he wants us to look at it from another woman. You go after her lust and she ain't your woman, or y'all ain't using protection like y'all said you was. When lust have conceived, it's a problem. Now, what you mean you pregnant? What you mean your auntie ain't came? Who is the hell is this ain't Flo? And what's she supposed to be coming from? She ain't here yet. What is this talk?
What that got to do with me?
What they got to do with me?
Ain't that your husband, baby?
Yes, boy, look here. Let's get some more. What else it say? That's why the Most High put it in that perspective so it get close to your heart. You understand? Because there's some jealousy may pop up or something, but it gets to the heart to make, like you say, that fasting OG Jeremiah was talking about. That love fasting. Go ahead.
Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin.
It bringeth forth sin like a baby. You understand? The baby is born, the sin baby is born, so to speak, in your mental. Off of your lust. Nobody else's. That's what you like. Even if y'all watch the movie Lucifer, they don't change nothing. When he asks him, what do you want to be? I see you stand up here and you act like you the CEO of the company. But he look him straight in the eye, but what do you really want? They just break down crazy. Always wanted to be a Cub Scout leader and wear them tight shorts up around mid-thighs and be able to tie a knot in the rope. If y'all watch it, What they say they lust is, you wouldn't believe. Go ahead. What we had, bro?
Oh, shit.
We just going down 27, y'all. We're going to close on out of here. Go ahead, Elisha.
Then when lust hath conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin, when it is finished, bringeth forth death. Do not err, my beloved brethren.
And see, and that's like the death penalty. You get a baby you ain't waiting for, that's an 18-year sentence.
Yes, sir.
Life is 20 years, 25 years in the penitentiary. This life, especially if they go to college.
Yeah.
See, it can see that because you was thinking about it. I'm going to get at this young virgin before somebody else do. But then you get to that highlight reel and you can't coitus interruptus. And now here we have this problem. That's how we're going to leave it at that. Coitus interruptus. But go ahead, bro. Down to 27.
Okay. Every good gift. 17. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above.
Where it's from, Elisha?
Above. And cometh down from the Father of lights.
Yeah.
With whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning.
He the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. It don't change. If you do what Abraham do, you get what Abraham got. It is not hard work. It don't mean Abraham better than you. It just means Abraham is used as an example to show you what faith is. If you go after that same manner, you'll get the same reward. Go ahead.
Of his own will begat he us with the word of truth.
Yes, sir.
That we should be a kind of first fruits of his creatures. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
Yeah.
For the wrath of man worketh not the righteousness of Elohim. Wherefore, lay apart all filthiness.
Some filthiness.
All filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engrafted word which is able to save your soul.
Yeah.
Be ye doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving your own selves.
You can fool yourself all you want, but you got to put in motion what you talking about. That's how you're going to know if somebody true to their word. They're going to put it in motion.
That's right.
Ain't just going to be lip service, fat mouthing as we call it around here. Go ahead.
For if any be a hearer of the word and not a doer, he is like unto a man beholding his natural face in a glass.
See, you like this now. You wish you can go back and live forever, but you don't want to do what makes you live forever. So you try to get this fixed by a doctor. And then who get all of the lines took out their forehead? Shit, they ain't never got no worry look. They always look like things going. You like you didn't hit Powerball again? You ain't got nothing up here. It's just smooth. You ain't got no emotions up here.
Right.
Go ahead, bro. It's ridiculous, ain't it?
Yes, it is.
Go ahead.
But whoso looketh into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed.
This man shall be what?
Blessed in his deed.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'll skip the verse.
Yeah.
I'm sure taking you did.
Verse 24, let me go back. For he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was.
Yeah.
But whoso looketh upon into the perfect law of liberty and continueth therein, he being not a forgetful hearer, but a doer of the work, this man shall be blessed in his deed. If any man among you seem to be religious, and bridle not his tongue,
and do what?
Shut the hell up.
Yeah.
But deceiveth his own heart, this man religion is vain.
He fooling himself, and you listening to that. He done told you I can't do it. David Koresh say, I'm the Lord that's written in Revelations. And then he grabbed this and say, and I'm going to read a few things. You need the DOC. Right. How you going to lead the blind and you can't see? Right. But yet you look there and say, is he putting on a pair of glasses? Those must be supernatural glasses he's looking at. You make an excuse for him.
Right.
For you believing a lie. Dying to be somebody's fool.
Give us a king.
Boy, go ahead. Finish that up, Elijah. We're going to get on out of there. Yeah.
Pure religion.
What?
Pure religion. And undefiled before Elohim and the Most High is this.
This giving us what pure is. This is what will set us on the right path. Go ahead, Elijah.
To visit the fatherless and widows in their affliction. And to keep himself unspotted from the world.
That's pure. To visit the fathers, not cash them out. You understand what I'm saying, Lysa?
Right.
That's what it always been, because that's about your neighbor. Death is on the table. Somebody gonna die and lose their inheritance. If a woman been living with a husband, take her, he died, who gonna look out for her? And she ain't got no children. That's what a neighbor would step in at. Right. But it says the Pharisees and them Negro like to devour widow houses. Yeah. Yes, I hear he was fond of Stacey Adams' sister, and is it true? Just I've heard he wore a 10.5, and sister, I wear a 10.5. What are you gonna do with those shoes? Right. See, they devour. They're looking for what's on the insurance policy. It's like now he's sitting up in the chief seats with them gators on.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody else. Yes, sir.
And she been thrown out the church.
And she been thrown because she wouldn't give up 10% of the insurance money. Let's close out, y'all. Anybody got any questions or concerns? Too bad.
All good. It's an excellent lesson.
All praises to the most. Y'all watch out for them Pharisees, y'all. You're going to know them by their fruits. Right. They're going to get rid of the law of the Most High and going to invent their own laws. Yep. They're going to tell you they're going to create a book. And the book don't have law, statutes, and judgment. It can't, because we can't make books about the law. All you're doing is copying the script. Why would you go pay for what's already written for free? Right. But if you get my book on how to cash them out, the unwritten rules of cashing them out. See, that's what they are, unwritten rules, because it ain't written in here that you get cash them out, because they're called female in here. They come with a fee. If you get close to a woman, you have to pay a fee according to this. One way or the other, you're going to pay a fee. There's no such thing in here called free males that you get to cash them out. They're females. They come with a fee. That ain't hard, is it, Lysa?
No. Here's for some.
Okay. All right, family. We're going to get this closing prayer. And it is with the Most High's permission. And is in the name of His only begotten and beloved Son, our Lord and Savior and our Redeemer, Yahushua HaMashiach. Yes. But we know Him as Jesus the Christ, family. Yes, long live the King.
Long live the King.
Reading in the book of Psalms. In the 143rd chapter, it reads, Hear my prayer, O Yahweh. Give ear to my supplication. In thy faithfulness answer me, and in thy righteousness. And enter not into judgment with thy servant.
Yes, sir.
For in thy sight shall no man living be justified.
Yes, sir.
For the enemy hath persecuted my soul. He hath smitten my life down to the ground. He hath made me to dwell in darkness, as those that have been long dead. Therefore is my spirit overwhelmed within me. My heart within me is desolate. I remember the days of old. I meditate on all thy works. I muse on the work of thy hand.
Yes, sir.
I stretch forth my hands unto thee. My soul thirsteth after thee, as a thirsty land. Selah.
Selah.
Hear me speedily, O Yahweh. My spirit faileth. Hide not thy face from me, lest I be like them that go down into the pit. Cause me to hear thy loving kindness in the morning, for in thee do I trust.
Yes, sir.
Cause me to know the way wherein I should walk, for I lift up my soul unto thee. Deliver me, O Master, from mine enemies. I flee unto thee to hide me. Teach me to do thy will, for thou art my Elohim. Thy spirit is good. Lead me into the land of uprightness. Quicken me, O Yahweh, for thy name's sake. For thy righteousness' sake, bring my soul out of trouble. And of thy mercy, cut off mine enemies. and destroy all them that afflict my soul. For I am thy servant.
Hallelujah! Say that! All praises, y'all. Y'all got a shovel or two. We greatly appreciate it. Thank you, worldwide audience, for all y'all do. Boy, you crazy.